The house is warm and it's getting hotter. My selector's here to suit your heart desire and set your soul on fire.
DJ Crib.
Take Hello there. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you guys loud and clear. And welcome to Current Situation. Right now, we are warming up here. We are just sharing this live segment and playing some our traditional music in the back. And welcome here. And so I'm going to go ahead with the music as I share this live segment, and you guys can do the same here.
Trying to see if I have enough light here.
Okay.
I'll be back.
I keep sharing it.
All right, thank you. That's what I'm doing too. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Current Situation, GGAA exclusive.
Hey guys.
GGAA Primetime exclusive. Go ahead and tune in here. We are live streaming here with the StreamYard app. We're going to have a lot of important guests today. And so go ahead and join this discussion. We're also going to put the number on the screen after the 1 hour discussion. We're also going to put number on the screen here for you guys to call and ask questions and participate. So go ahead and share this live stream here. Welcome to Current Situation Primetime exclusive here with the Eminent Council. We'll also be joined here by one of my co-hosts, Mr. Jeremy.
Sorry. Oh, after 9.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and check meet you guys a little bit here. We are waiting the others here. We'll be starting a little bit here. It's little cool here. We've been sharing the live. We've been sharing here and all right, ladies and gentlemen, here we will be starting a little bit here. We'll be starting at 8:10 here. We just want to encourage you guys to share here. We are using the StreamYard. We are not using the this Facebook app that sends the notification to all our friends, but we are using this app here because we want to bring a lot of people on tonight from the Eminent Council. So go ahead, do us a favor by sharing this live here and in all the Grand Gedeans or Grand Gedean chat rooms and to your friends, to other librarians, to affiliates. We appreciate that. We have special guests on the show tonight and it's going to be very interactive. The show going to be divided into 3 segments. We're going to allow the Eminent Council to introduce themselves and be able to address Grand Gedeans and other librarians. And from there, we're going to into discussions. Then the 3rd segment, which will be the last segment, we will have our audience to call in here or engage the Eminent Council. Usually, this is current situation. We do operate on a triple constraint, meaning that we operate within the scope of interacting and entertaining and being very informative to our audience here. Our audience, they are also part of the interviews that we do conduct. So thank you guys.
On Zoom, I gotta call you back.
Yeah.
On Zoom, conducting your meeting, everything okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. So go ahead here and share this here. Share this live segment here. This is a very important prompt time here. This was posted like a couple days ago here. There we live stream app and this app does not send notification here, so we encourage you guys to share this here. And we have to bring a lot of people on tonight. So this discussion here, we want this to be very interactive. We also want you guys to exercise some respect, be very disciplined here as you call in today to ask the Eminent Council some questions and express your concerns. You can disagree, but still be very civil.
I know we're not live here, that's why.
Yeah. Like I said, you can disagree and still be very civil here and want to make sure that everything goes well. So go ahead and share this here. And we are being joined by 2 individuals, high officials of GGAA, and they're going to introduce themselves. We should be starting in a little bit here, but I'm just pretty much giving some heads up here, some rules and regulations for this important call. So Mr. Jefferson Cooper, if you are watching us, you can join us here. You are going to be my co-host tonight. And so if you are watching, go ahead and you can, I sent you the link. Mr. Cooper, I sent you the link, so you can go ahead and join us here. But for those that are just tuning in, welcome to Current Situation Media. Tonight is GGAA Prime Time here, exclusive. So please share this link here, and let's start here. So we will appreciate that. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I just shared the link
Yeah,
here.
I'm trying to share it. I'm tagging people. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah. Folks are just joining us here, because the live stream here do not send notification here when you go on through the Facebook app. So yeah, so people are joining us here, and we will start in a little bit here, and people will join us as we continue this unique conversation here with Grand Gedeans, especially this coming week in Des Moines, Iowa. This is one of the most controversial national convention and election ever within GGAA, and the folks are arriving in Des Moines, Iowa since Monday. And I even spoke with one of the presidential candidates, Madame Idepois. She's already been in the city for like 4 days now. And we'll be speaking with Mr. Buti Taya tonight or tomorrow. So, yeah, folks, we have been conducting a lot of interviews with high officials and with some concerned citizens of Grand Gedeans Association in the Americas. So tonight we will be speaking with the Eminent Council, and they will also be addressing Grand Gedeans in the diaspora and in the United States and internationally. So we tell them thank you very much for taking time off their busy schedules to appear on Current Situation Media. How you guys doing?
We're fine.
All right. So it's 8:10 here, and we will be starting in a little bit here. I understand that Mr. Dustin Mayer will be joining us. He came on a little test, and he said he was going to be back. So what we can do here is, if you are in a little bit of noise background here, so you can go ahead and put yourself on mute, and you can unmute when you start to speak here, and we appreciate that here. And audience, so we're gonna put the number. Let's go ahead and put the number up here. I want to make sure that everybody participate. All right. All right, so there's a number at the bottom of the screen here, 515-326-1905 here. That's the number to call tonight at the last segment of the show here. So that's the number that you guys are going to be calling here to ask questions and express some concerns. And we're going to play music for 5 more minutes, and we're going to start. Thank you.
The house is warm and it's getting hotter. My selector's here to suit your heart desire and set your soul on fire.
DJ Crib.
Mr. Mayor, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, we cannot see you. Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm in the car, but I don't know why. That's me
Now
right
I'm seeing
here.
you.
All right, my man, don't be driving. You gotta park your car.
Oh, I gotta be parking? No. I'm okay. When I want to talk, then I will know what to do.
All
Okay.
right, be careful now. Be careful.
Because I just leaving work. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So what you can do, you can put your mic on mute.
Okay.
Yeah, then you can unmute it when you start to speak. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start now. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna start now, and as we wait, we will proceed, and the others will join us here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Current Situation Media. My name is Vincent A.J. Host Jr. I'm the host and the founder of Current Situation Media. As you all know, our headquarters is located in Des Moines, Iowa here, and we are a triple constraint network here, and we operate within the scope of reporting, interacting, and informing and entertaining our viewers and different African communities and well-wishers. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will be speaking to the Eminent Council of GGAA. And like I stated earlier, please be very civil. Even if you disagree with them and decide to ask them questions, please exercise some a good behavior. So we do not want any profanity tonight. You know, even if we disagree with each other, let's keep it very civil and professional. If to the audience, if you use any profanity tonight, we will go ahead and block you, and will not give you the opportunity to call in and speak. Okay, you know, like I said, we can disagree and still be very professional here. These individuals took the time to come on this show here to speak to Grand Gedeans in the diaspora and around the world. So as you watch this segment tonight, so go ahead and share this here. So this discussion here is broken down into three segments. First, they're going to introduce themselves here and speak to the audience, and we're going to dive into some discussion. The second segment, and in the third segment, we will open the phone lines. We will put a number up here, and you guys can call in, and we'll give each individual 3 to 5 minutes. You can ask your questions or you can express a concern. But once again, keep it very civil and professional. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So with that said, yeah, let's jump to this segment here that we've been advertising for 2 days here. We understand that this week here is a very busy week, you know, in Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa is the host state here for this national convention and elections. And Grand Gedeans been having convention in the past, but this is considered the most controversial national convention and election. So with that said here, we'd like to welcome our guest. And go ahead here. We're going to start with Brother Fred here. Let's introduce ourselves one at a time here with regards to your state of residency and your profession and community leadership status. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I think we have our chair on, and she's the only lady, so let's start with her.
Okay, go ahead, madam.
Okay. Thank you for that, Fred. Thank you. Host, please. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Vincent.
Benton?
Vincent, yeah. Or you
Oh,
just
Benson?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Benson, for having us to the show. We appreciate it very highly. We admire what you do. And for you to put us on here tonight, it just tells us how much you care for where you come from. As you all know, my name is Adolphine Kane. I am the chairperson for the Eminent Council. What I do now, I run my own businesses, and I served as president for some time. So basically, that's what I do. And right now I am the chairperson again for the Eminent Council and former national president of the Grand Gedeans Association. Thank you for having us on your show.
You are welcome, Madam Kenneth. Welcome, and we are thrilled to have you on Current Situation tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. And speaking to you, my name is Fred Dalu. I reside in Pennsylvania, former president of the Grand Gedeans Association in Americas. I served from 2015 to 2016. And presently, we are on here tonight. Originally, I'm from Pennsylvania, so I want to say thank you to Vinton for bringing us on tonight. We got a few of other members that are coming. Hopefully, they're going to join us, so we can, do what we want to do tonight. But again, thank you for the time, Vinton.
Oh, you are welcome here, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor.
Hold on. You hear me?
Yes,
we hear you.
You are on mute, but you go now.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening to everyone. Speaking tonight, Honorable Augustine Sloop Mayor, former president of the Grand Gedeans Association in the diaspora. I live in the state of Pennsylvania. Led this organization from 2017 to 2019. So I'm pleasure to have been part of this conference tonight. We look forward, interacting with our people. Thank you.
You're welcome here, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for that intro here. So we will go to Mr. Youngly or Mr. Collins. Go ahead.
I think it's Mr. Youngly. Collins is still coming.
Yeah, Collins is. I think he's coming on. Here he is.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Youngly.
Thank you very much. You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Very clear.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be on this program. I was once a former vice president to Honorable Martha Connor, who is on the program tonight. And after being a vice president for the term that Madam Connor served, I became later on became the board chair for the Grand Gedeans Association in Americas. We are gathering here tonight to make sure that we have peace in our community. We come here with honesty. We come here with the mind to unify our people so that we can have a Grand Gedeans that will work together to bring development to the county and also to help our people here in the diaspora, especially so we have needs in this particular country in America. We have young ladies who have kids and some of them need child care. So we need an infrastructure where these people can, be served, where people can go and volunteer to help them. We also have some fragile older people that also need assistance. So we also need an infrastructure where these people can be served and be helped. So those are some of the things that we need to implement. And with the implementation, we also need unity. With the unity, you need to have everybody on board. And how do we get people on board? We cannot have these things going on and we have these things, going up, have a success. We have the problem in Liberia, especially Grand Gedeans. The road leading from Tapeta all the way to Zwedru. It's very, very bad. People been traveling there. It's very muddy. People stay 2-3 days before they reach home. And these are some of the things these are pertinent issues that we want to address. And how do we address these things? By being united. So the unity we want is making sure that we have an election that everybody approve of. It's not Eminent Council, it's not Buyonle, it's not names, but the people of Grand Gedeans will have to vote. We have to get together to be able to say, look, we want election, or we don't want election, or we want white ballot. So the Eminent Council is here to make sure that Grand Gedeans Association maintain its clout to unify its people so that they can work together for the betterment of Grand Gedeans. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dad, for that in-depth intro. We appreciate that here. For some reason here, we can see Mr. Collins on our dashboard, but he's not populating on the screen. Mr. Collins, can you hear us? All right, he's not hearing us, so I'm going to remove him here from the dashboard, and he's going to try to log back in here. So, Mr. Collins, can you hear us?
Oh, no, I thought it's me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we try to, we see that his screen is still buffering. So we're going to
I think he's sitting, I think the network is not,
Okay. So he's going to come back. All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much here once again for taking time off your busy schedule here. Can everybody hear me loud and clear?
Definitely.
Okay. So if for some reason, if you guys are, experiencing some noise, you can, mute yourself. When you start to speak, you can unmute yourself. So let's proceed here. Like I said, right now we are in the first segment here. I'm going to ask some questions, and any of you guys can answer one at a time. If you guys want to do follow up, that's fine. So thank you. So first question here is I'm going to ask one question. I have A, B, and C here. What led to the establishment of the Eminent Council? And what is the purpose and the objective of the Eminent Council? And why you guys waited for this late within 72 hours to come and talk to Grand Gedeans in the diaspora and around the world?
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, are you on?
Yes. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get back on. The first question is the purpose of the Eminent Council?
Yes. Yeah. What led to the establishment of this Eminent Council?
Oh, okay. Well, the question is in 3-4, and so I'm going to take the first one.
Okay.
The purpose of the Eminent Council, so I can be able to give other people the chance to talk. Well, actually, a couple of years ago, I think maybe about 6-7 years ago, we came together as former presidents to form ourselves so that we can be like I don't want to say watchdog, but we can be people who are experienced and who has a vast experience in leadership of the Grand Gedeans Association, so that if anyone is having problems, like having problem with the board and having problem with anybody else, because if you have a problem and you are president, you go to the board. But when it comes to the point where the board and the administration are having issues, nowhere else for them to turn. So we thought it wise that it was Mr. Henry Glaz's idea that we need to form ourselves so that when these issues come up, we can be able to address them. And so when we form ourselves, we did just that. We form ourselves purposely to guide the association as a whole and just share our experience and what we would do if we were in such a situation. I understand that we are not constitutional, but when it comes to leadership and experience, you don't have to be constitutional, especially if your birthright is at stake. You're from Grand Gedeans, then you don't need to be constitutional at that point. And so that's why we form ourselves. And how do we even came about? Who becomes the chairperson or who becomes council member? Well, our basic requirement is you just have to be former president of the Grand Gedeans Association. That qualifies you to be member of the council. And I want to applaud all the council members that they've been doing extremely well. So we just operate on our light. I can let another council person take whatever question that I didn't answer. I didn't answer too.
Yes.
Yeah, basically, thank you, Madam Chair. Basically, That's exactly what you just explained. The council came about 6 years ago. Um, you know, when you have these kind of organization where you have succession, where you have, former leaders sitting around, sometimes, just to even look out for the welfare of others, you form these kind of group just to say hi. Like today, Mr. Collins had a little surgery. We all call him, text him, and those kind of things. But we also understand that, because we have experience and we worked in his office before, sometimes issues will come. Before we used to have the elder council, but most of our elders now, they are all, they are not even around. So who takes the place of the elders, the former leaders? In fact, the council will try to extend herself now, because we have former board members. Mr. Young, as you can see, he's a former chair of the board. There will be other board chair that are coming on tonight, because we all feel that the issue in the community is grave and we need to discuss it. We're not going to, force people to follow what we are saying. But if you have like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% talking in unison, and saying that let's go this route, we think that people will listen. And the good thing about the Eminent Council, everybody on this council has, people that follow them, have people that will listen to them. Man, kind of have people that listen to her. Mr. Young Lady have people that will listen to him. I have people that listen to me, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Collins. So we are hoping that, we can just add our voices. Why now? I don't think we are late, because we just started having these. We are just appearing on your show, but trust me, we've been having meetings since, from the beginning of the whole process. When we saw that, this issue was coming up, we'll be having series of meetings. We went on other shows. We even met with, the stakeholders. We met with the board. We met with the candidates. So we are not late. It's just that we are in a dying meeting now. So we still want to hammer our point, because everything we are doing here, if you have our letter that we sent you, we are putting our faith, one, in the national president, who is Mr. James Suboti, and the national conference, because first and foremost, Mr. Suboti have to, agree to put this issue on the floor, because our constitution clearly states that the national conference is a supreme body. So we are putting our faith in the national president and the conference to look into these things. So the Grand Gedeans Association cannot go another route, but in a route of peace. And I will just you back, and maybe somebody can pick up from there.
All right, thank you. Let's welcome Mr. Collins here. I know he's been having a hard time taking some technical issue. Welcome, Mr. Collins.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know whether you can hear me now.
Yeah,
No, we
yes,
are.
we hear you.
Yes, we hear you loud and clear.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
just started, and we threw out the first question here. So, Mr. Yongley, so most Grand Gedeans, they are a little bit concerned. Why now? Why you guys are hearing the convention? Hello.
You speaking to Mr. Youngley?
Yeah, yeah.
You on mute. You're on mute, Abu.
Are you? Yeah, I'm okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we are in now.
Oh, okay. I thought Tilmo was on. I thought you were talking to Tilmo. But could you repeat that again, please?
Yes. I just welcome Mr. Collins. He will come on later to speak here. But my question here to you, most Grand Gedeans are concerned now. Why, there's 72 hours, to the convention. Why you guys are appearing to speak to them?
I think thank you very much for that question. I think, as you may be aware, there has been some series of podcast appearances by this eminent council, as Mr. Gwen alluded to. We have most of our elders, and most of them are, some of them are very old. They can appear on these things. So, I mean, as people get older, other group, take over. So when this kind of thing happen, the former leaders who are current with the organization, they have to be there to make sure that we have peace and tranquility prevail. I read some of the comments by some of our viewers, and they're talking about where these guys coming from. They are not constitutional and what have you. Even though they are not in the Constitution, but they are not here to impose on the Grand Gedeans. They are here to what? To guide, to be able to advise. Somebody is disturbing the background.
Folks, you can mute yourself here if you to our guest. You can mute yourself if you have a little background noise. Yeah, just go ahead and put your mic on mute. Then when you start to speak, you can unmute your mic. Go ahead, Mr. Yomi.
Yeah, so the body, I mean, I think they came at the right time because there have been a lot of things going on, especially so where the bull impeached the election commission that was elected in Kansas City, Missouri. And then after the impeachment, thereafter, they went and appointed individuals. And some of those individuals have since resigned. We have the second guy who just resigned from Iowa, Mr. David Zuet. I know David, I'm not sure what he's, Zuet, something like that. Yeah, the guy resigned. So basically, there have been a lot of things going on. So, I mean, these people that come together, these are leaders. These are people who led the organization. They cannot sit down supinely and allow the organization to what? To go to rot. Or for the organization to what? To just, disappear. So they are here. They are not here to what? To coerce anyone. They are not here to impose their will on anyone. They are here to what? To advise, to consult, to also what? Guide, and to also recommend to the body. Remember, the Grand Gedeans Association, we have a national conference. We got 3 organs. The national conference is the highest decision-making body. And then second is the national board of directors. And then third is the national administration, which is headed by the president, who is now James Talley Ubity. So I just want to kind of, cement why now. They are here to be able to what? To make sure that the people, they preserve that peace. Grand Gedeans are peaceful people. So we just want, the organization, the body is here to make sure that this particular unity is preserved at all times. Thank you.
Thank you there. Mr. Mayor, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So my question to you is, how effective is this message tonight? Do you think it's going to resonate among Grand Gedeans watching right now or in the diaspora that will follow this interview later?
Well, we hope that it will make an impact on every Grand Gedean that is on the direction of listening to this show tonight and will be hearing from us. We hope that whatsoever that will be discussed here tonight will impact them, that we all will be looking in the direction that we are asking tonight, that we all take that route so that we can save this union. To place your question to my understanding is like, I would just say 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I was then the leader, this same crisis started. Tonight, I'm just so happy to hear from the former board chair of talking about unity and talking about that we are here tonight as Eminent Council to bring our advice forward to help this union move forward. Just yesterday, it was just here myself was into the same thing that Grand Gedeans Association is faced with now. And at that time, I was not a member of the Eminent Council. I was then the sitting president. And this same issue arises. They was called upon, he said here tonight he refused to meet with the same group, that they was not constitutionally mandated to, do anything with the organization. But I don't see it that way, because if I serve this organization and I went into retirement, and something is happening to this organization that I enjoy serving, I think I should come and bring some advice that will help the organization to, lead the path that it's supposed to be taking. As he said earlier, the Grand Gedeans Association is a pro bono thing that we are doing, and all of the things that some of us have been fighting for this institution to go beyond this, we're seeing it just going to waste. Grand Gedeans pay thousands of dollars to go to convention. Don't you think that these people don't deserve better? That this organization will be doing more at this month that we are in now, May. These are months that our children in the diaspora here go to their prom, graduations, and other things. You don't think that this organization would have been doing a lot of things for them in appreciating them, so that tomorrow when we leave the stage, they will want to come and be member of this institution, to see all of the good things that the organization is putting forward for them, for their future. So these are things that we are fighting, and we don't want these things to, not be yet though. So we pray that tonight, whatsoever that will be brought forward, questions that will be asked, and we hope that we'll be in the right mind to answer those questions and bring our ideas forward, so that the Grand Gedeans Association that we all wishes and fought for, that will stay and shine forevermore. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Collins, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
When are you going to be in Des Moines, sir?
Hopefully, I'll be there Saturday morning.
Saturday. So, Mr. Collins, looking at we have a newly appointed commissioner by the National Board of Directors, and we also have the impeached commissioner. Now we have divided a group of people. Some are adhering to the impeached commissioner led by Nelson Wright, and some are adhering to the newly appointed commissioners. So we have two commissioners going into the convention. What is your message for Grand Gedeans based on this saga that is going on now? I know you will be in Des Moines, but what is your thought and what is your message? And how can this be resolved before we hit the conference?
Our message have been, anyway, thanks for having me. Just to let you know, and my colleagues on the line here knows that I went to a surgery. I had a surgery this morning, 9:15.
Oh,
and I came for the two surgery. Yeah, so if I'm talking slower, please forgive me. Hopefully, I hope I'll recover. My flight is tomorrow morning for Minnesota. So I will be on a show here, and I will not be that proactive. But the answer to your question has been collective. We have written a position statement that states clearly what we hope to see. And Mr. Yonley said it clear. We want peaceful resolution to all these problems that we have. And in order to have a peaceful resolution, we want people to be on the floor, the conference, to discuss these things without having conflicts. There are a lot of people that will ask you, why now? I mean, if you don't have any issues in your house, why do you think people will come up with all these kind of situations? We never created the problems, but we had this organization, we led this organization, we want to see it in a stable condition. And that's the reason why we decided to throw in our advices and give them guidelines that we can go by that will help to bring about peaceful resolution. If we sit back, like other people has done in years, you have a divided organization. You have people there that will not understand. And your question just stated clearly. You got people that support one group, people that support the other group. And if you have those kind of things, there's a clear recipe for conflicts. And that's what we don't want. And that's why we created this intervention. We've been having this discussion for more than 2 months. We've been talking to stakeholders. And when we talk to them, we want to know how they feel, what they say that the organization can do, and send these recommendations to the national president. So these are things that create awareness for you to know that it's happening, even though everybody knows. And then we also give a pathway recommendation that anybody can follow out of all recommendations. So nobody here actually taking side. Nobody here want to circumvent anything that's going to happen in Des Moines. What we want to do when we get there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we should leave peacefully. We should leave with a resolution that everybody support. If we leave with an election result, let everybody support it. We don't want to leave from down there, and after that, the other people be disgruntled, and then we'll be taking 1, 2, 3 years to get the organization back on course. So my answer to you is what is in our resolution. I don't have a different answer from what our statement states. Let people resolve it at the conference, and let them be able to be civil and peaceful in resolving those conflicts.
Thank you. Maracana, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just put myself on mute.
Okay, thank you. So in your position statement here, the intro of your position statement, you guys stated that Grand Gedeans Association used to be the largest, and the largest organization, librarian organization, and I think it's still the largest, even though the popularity is has been it has not been vibrant lately, but I think it's still the largest. And you guys also stated that the Grand Gedeans organization has surpassed Union of Librarian Association, which is ULA, and I also concur with that statement. But unfortunately, the dynamic organization is on the verge of collapse. So, how confident are you? You think that this upcoming convention will be able to resuscitate GGAA, the once popular organization in the USA?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Benson. Of course, that's why we've been talking about this almost 2 months now. Softening the ground before we even get to the election. We met with all the factions. We met with the election commission. We met with the board. We met with the 2 candidates, and we were not lucky to meet the national president, but we met with everybody, and we've been on the phone, we talking to the people. So at this stage of the game, and from talking to people, I think we will be able to rescue the association, because people are saying, well, what do we do? Well, we have to do one thing, and that is the decision from the conference. And the conference is the highest decision-making body of the Grand Gedeans Association. So everything can be resolved at the conference. The idea that we agreed to have the conference, in fact, from the beginning, a lot of people were not going. They're like, we don't have direction. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm not wasting my money to go. But from the last couple of days and this week, as we speak, some people on their way to Iowa tonight, some people coming from Rhode Island, some people coming from Chicago. They will meet there in Iowa by the time we get there. So when you have a whole group like this, so large, and they all getting together, rest assured there will be resolution, because a lot of them are not staying home. They're not throwing in the towers.
Thank you. Mr. Gwine, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, some people are saying that some Grand Gedeans, because I speak to Grand Gedeans randomly every day. Meet them in the streets, or maybe call them, or we meet at events, have chat with them. Some are saying the Eminent Council, they are already taking side, and also some are saying that you guys have not been recognized by the higher authority right now, which is the body or the conference, or you guys have not also been recognized by the National Board of Directors. So are you guys pretty much objective in presenting this collaborative message, or I'm kind of confused here? Are you guys pretty much have endorsed one of those presidential candidates?
Well, the only side we took in the whole thing is the side of the Constitution. Again, I will repeat, the only side we took is the side of the Constitution, our Constitution. And if you look at the Eminent Council, there's time for everything. People are asking, oh, why Fred and Boo on the line, this and that and that. And this is the time. All that on the line feel that this is the time that we should come together to fix our own community. We live in this community. There is nothing. If you have a child, I don't care how that child go astray, as a father or as a parent, you will always have that thing in your heart about that child. That's how we all feel about this Grand Gedeans Association in America. We will fight, we will do this, we will do that. But when Grand Gedeans Association is banning, it has been banning for a very long time. I don't know whether you have the letter we wrote. I think if we have read that letter, maybe, then even some of the people that are watching will know from the vantage point we're speaking from.
Yes, I do have the letter, and I'm asking you guys questions based on the letter. But okay. I do have the letter.
So we have not taken any side. I mean, individually, people might support a candidate because there was no noise when the whole thing started. There was no noise. You know, the people are going to election, everybody were happy. So of course, sitting president and what have you, or former president will decide and who they want to support. You know, and that was done before the noise started coming. When the noise came and we came together, we told ourselves, okay, the only thing we can do, the only side we're going to be on the side of the Constitution. And if you read our letter, you'll see the constitutional articles and section that we quoted. So if you're asking us whether we took side, nobody took side and backing anybody in this as a group. The group is not backing anyone. The only document this group is backing is the Constitution of the Grand Gedeans Association in the Americas.
Thank you. Mr. Yonley, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So this question is to you. So according to the letter here that you guys invited current president, Mr. James Yuberty, to a meeting, basically, you know, to get first-hand information from the administration, you know, as to the situation of the association. And he did not attend the meeting. You know, did he give a valid reason of not attending the meeting? And did you guys try to, you know, use other form of communication to pretty much encourage him to attend this meeting? And why you think that he decided to he refused to come to this meeting?
Thank you for your question. We don't want to go back and forth on this particular issue of Yuberty attending meeting or not attending meeting. The whole thing here, we just want to make sure that the Grand Gedeans come together, because with unity we can move forward. With unity we can achieve greater things. I enumerated a lot of stuff when I started first, and some of the foremost things that people in Grand Gedeans and even the community here, because you got to help yourself first before you go out there to help people. In our community, the Grand Gedeans community are all over the United States. And we got a lot of old people that are very fragile. We got a lot of young people that have kids. And some of them, they follow, you know, the wrong people and all the kind of things. So we need some guidance in the community. We need some counseling. We need a lot of, you know, help for people to get jobs. Like, for example, if we have community centers, people can go there and you know, we, you know, some of our work with the states, we can, you know, volunteer to go there, help people to use the computer, to apply for jobs, to connect people to jobs, networking, and all the kind of things. That's what the association should be all about. You see, association is not only for people going, you know, having parties and, you know, I mean, having good time, but at the end of the day, we got to help ourselves. And as I said from the beginning, we have a pertinent issue. Okay, the road are coming from Tapeta to Zwedru. It's very, very bad. We got a lot of Grand Gedeans who want to go home and build their houses. Okay, America, you know, people getting older and they want to go home. Okay, they want to go visit home, but these roads are all bad. So these are some of the things. That's why we have to unite our people. There's too much talking will not help. So the only way the people here, you know, the past leaders getting together so that they can what? Bring unity, as the way Mr. Menu was saying, Mr. Gwen, Madam Kana, Honorable Collins. I mean, we all got the same voice. Why? whatever happened in the past, we just put it behind us and move forward, so that we can be able to bring our people together once more, the way we had them in Phoenix, Arizona. That was the largest, jamboree of Grand Gedeans. And we want to bring that same thing together again, so that we can be able to put money together and help, pave our road from Tapeta to Zwedru, and also help our people that are here, the older people, the young people, those who are looking for jobs. We can be able to help those people. You see, so these are the things. Yibote is in agreement. I spoke with him. He's in agreement. Whatever the convention say, that's what he's going to, agree on. He has no power on that. The national conference is the higher decision-making body. Anybody who had their grievances or you have your complaints, you go to the national conference, you'll be listened to. So that's what we're looking forward to. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Mr. Mayor, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
So you are home now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go. Yeah. We are glad that you are home. But anyway, our next question here is, this question is based according to this letter that you guys wrote, your position statement here. So later on, you guys met with leadership of the National Board of Directors, all former chairs of the National Board of Directors, members of the impeached Election Commission, candidate Idepua, and delegates, and candidate Boti, Tayo, and representative. So after you met with these guys, you came up with a statement, a collaborative decision that there should be an interim leadership. Because of all the RICMA rule, there should be an interim leadership. So these guys you met with, did they agree with your decision, or after meeting with them, you made this decision just among yourself? The Boti Tayo team and Idepua team and other the former chairs, everybody agree with this decision about interim leadership, or this is something that you just decide on after these guys left the meeting?
Yeah, before Mr. Mayor come here, just to a point here, there were two recommendations in that letter that you just read. It was not only one recommendation.
Yeah, but
so if you can read it, it was not only about interim leadership.
Yes, but we are discussing the first recommendation here. Then from there we'll go to the second one.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Prior to our meeting with all of these parties, we had in mind, because what we wanted to see happen within this community is the unity that we all been speaking about, and nobody want to say that we should have a organization that will be leading from one administration to interim body. So we wanted to see that unity coming about of us going to convention, electing our next leader, the community moving forward. But we are saying that after meeting with all of these people, their understanding is that they don't even want an interim government. They want to go to election. And for me, as a person, prior to us getting to that unilateral decision, or to put into that letter where we all agree upon to our recommendation, was that for me, I said from the beginning that we should get to the board of directors and the elected election commissions members that was impeached by the board of directors to see reason to withdraw their position and go back to the period position that we all had, reinstate these people, give them your honor advice, and let the organization move forward. I would say to you, from 2019, I would suggest from my leadership, you saw that when they went to Minnesota, I decided that I was not going to go to Minnesota, because it's just about what we're speaking of now. You have a group of people, let's say the board of directors, 42 of them, they are not elected. Some of them are elected on their chapter level, and when they go to a conference, they have a meeting among themselves and go to meet and select their leaders among themselves. Then a man who is elected by almost 2,000-3,000 people going to convention, And then those people that was appointed come out and say they are more superior than the voices of the people. And that's the problem that I saw. And I said, well, you know what? I see no reason for me to go to Minnesota to say, oh, I'm going to go stay in that hall that the board and myself or members of the board of directors and myself are going to be pulling here and there. And I just felt that it was not good. And my recommendation then, I heard some people within the community, or I was listening last night on Print Our Show, that other panelists were there and was saying things that was not even proffered by me. And I never said that the people shouldn't go to convention. I didn't say under my leadership, Grand Gedeans Association was not going to have elections. I felt at the time of going to Minnesota and say we're going to election, it was going to bring up more chaos that we are having now. And also I saw this coming, and I said, look, my recommendation was that, look, let us sit together, have a mini convention, because at that time the board of director chairman myself was going at it. The board of director chairman went into the bank account, took almost close to $50,000 from there, something that had never happened in the history of this organization. You hear me? And kept that money to himself, and saying that Grand Gedeans must support us going to go borrow money from other people to pay interest from Grand Gedeans Association is looking for money. You know? And these are things that I saw and said, look, gentlemen, we need to digress, sit and find a way to move forward. It is not about me. And it was never about me. You hear me? For everyone that sat on this panel tonight, for them coming to being president of the Grand Gedeans Association, they know what they went through. We had to parole the 50 states of the United States to go and look for votes for people to come and have us elected. And then after you get elected, you ran on a platform. You want that platform for you to implement that platform in the interest of the people. And then few handful of people come and say, look, you know what? Because we don't like Mr. Menge, and the ideas that Mr. Menge is bringing is great, but because we don't want Mr. Menge to be the one to implement these things. So we'll do everything to stall that process. And these are the things that the eminent councils are looking at, and we want to put stop to. You know, as much that we'll be going to this convention, these are things that we'll be fighting for, that will be injected within the Constitution. Because how can one serve this organization, whether for 2 terms or 1 term, and then you say a voice, it is not needed in the hierarchy of the discussion of this organization moving forward. So even if it was not in the Constitution, and this man was a former president of this institution, we can see in the great country that we live. Many times that the former presidents can put together and meet with the sitting president to discuss issue of this great nation. So if we are seeing something going bad, and it will derail the train from moving forward, which is the Grand Gedeans Association, and we wanted to come and bring forward our own ideas and aspirations to see this organization moving forward. And then you say, oh no, these people are not constitutionally mandated to do so. So who will come and speak to us? Can someone else come from outside of Grand Gedeans Association or outside of Grand Gedeans to come and proffer ideas to all them? We take about other people that led this organization, and they come and bring out ideas and say, look, my people, you let us look at it this way. Nobody is trying to look for any profit out of this thing. And no, for me, all of the candidates that's in the race, I never endorsed no candidate, but we wanted a chance to be given to them. Let it go out there. And let me say something before I end my statement. If this board of directors and then the impinged election commission team, if they are allowed the proper way to have gone forward with this thing, because the Grand Gedeans Association, there's no actual record to be kept to say, okay, well, the person attended the convention. Besides, those people that register within their state honor their chapters. So if you pay your $10 and register to go to convention, and you decide not to have gone to the convention, you didn't attend the convention to pay the $50 for the board, does that qualify you that you didn't go to the convention because you pay, you register to go to the convention? Maybe some financial issue came up, you were not able to afford plane ticket, and then you didn't go. But you pay your $10 to register with the national administration for that convention to have gone to go register to vote. So now the person didn't go. Then you say, okay, well, because you didn't attend the last two conventions, well, all of what Grand Gedeans Association was going through at the time, a lot of people decided that they were going to sit back. So let us put that behind and say, look, you know what? For the sake of unity, let us get Grand Gedeans Association back on its feet, and we'll revisit our constitution. Then we do so. Then we have all of these 4 candidates going in a race. You probably would have brought back the same vision that went to Minnesota, because it was the first time that we had 4 candidates going into the race of Grand Gedeans Association in Minnesota. That's how you form all of those large group of people that emerge on that city. You know, because I was bringing people in, Fred was bringing people in, Bodita was bringing people in, Mr. Jubote was bringing people in. So now, look at what we are going through now in Iowa, Des Moines. If it stands the way it is today now, it will be white body. So the people that were supposed to emerge on that city today, they will not be there. I bet you. If you happen to get maybe 500 or 200 persons leaving out of Iowa to enter that city, then that's a plus for us. But these are the things that we don't want to see happening, because this organization needs money to function. You know, so again, that was where we came from and said, look, if these things cannot be sorted out, and other people are going to be grieving, leaving the stage, and say, okay, we're going to offer white party, fine. But you know, other people will be grieved, and then they will be brokenhearted. They don't want to come back to the union because they was hurt. Their plan was not listened to. We don't want all of these things to happen, because we are already hurt, and we don't want to go deeper than where we are now. So that was some of the things that we were looking at and said, look, if we cannot get a proper resolution to us getting all of us together and moving forward, then let us offer alternative that we hope that people will follow. And that was the 2 recommendations that we put forward. So if people can look at those 2 recommendations, and we all can go to the hall Saturday morning and sit there and discuss and say, okay, well, let's look at Plan B or Plan A of the Eminent Council. Eminent Council is speaking for all of the Grand Gedeans. It's not for a particular group. So, like Mr. Guion said, Mr. Menye has his own supporter. I speak to you tonight. Iowa Des Moines is my base. When I was president, if I enter Iowa Des Moines tomorrow morning now, you will see the difference. You hear me? So we have people that we impacted when we was leaders of this institution. So sometimes the direction that we'll be leaning, they will be leaning there too. And some of them will, you know, ask for advices from us. So I'm only asking all of the Grand Gedeans that will be attending this convention or this conference. When we get there, let's look for the proper way that this institution can be rescued from where we see us drowning as an organization and as a community. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So this next discussion here is with Mr. Collins here. So we're going to dive into the second recommendation here. Then from there, I'll give you guys each 7 minutes to address your people or our people. Then from there, we're going to open the line to the audience, because before we leave this interview here, we're going to give the audience 1 hour here for concern and questions. And once again, I want to remind the audience, when we open the line, please, this is current situation. We keep it very pithy, precise, and professional. So no insults. You can disagree with any of these guys here and still be civil and professional. If you use any profane language, we will cut you off. So I repeated that for my intro statement. So Mr. Collins here, let's read this here. So conversely, if the conference members insist that elections should be held at the 2023 convention, then we recommend the following: that the impeached election commission be reinstated, since the process of impeachment was not carried out per the association constitution, since the National Board of Directors has no constitutional right to appoint or elect new commissioners. If reinstated, the election commission should address convention attendance by inquiring directly about the candidates and using their own words and any other available records as evidence since convention attendance records are unavailable. We believe this is necessary as this is one of the points of contention regarding the election process. We also recommend that the national president add restructuring GGAA as one of the agenda items of enable the conference to vote for approval on this proposal. And here you guys said that our stronger conviction is that we will step in the right direction if these recommendations are implemented. Yes, so let's dive into this second recommendation here about reinstating the impeached commissioner.
Yeah, as you know, one of the problems that we have right now in the organization is the impeachment of the constituted elected election commission. That's an issue. And that's an issue that will be on the floor. I mean, it's no secret, you know that. The Grand Gedeans know that. There's a letter that has been written to the national president regarding that. And that's what leading to most of the problems. So even if you decide, look, let's just go and have an interim body, and they agree to it, and we start to vote without these guys being addressed, the issue being addressed, you'll be leaving one problem up because tomorrow you'll be setting a precedent where the board can come and unconstitutionally dissolve an election commission that has been elected by a conference. So what we say in short in that paragraph is to be able to address everything. So let's assume we go to the conference and the conference decide, you know what, we want to go into elections. We're going to agree because the conference is the highest decision-making body. So how are you going to go into the elections? We want that particular issue to be addressed. The conference herself can address it. The conference can come and say, look, even though we want to go into elections, but the election commission that should conduct this election should be the duly elected election commission. And if it can be resolved, the conference can vote on it. So you see, most of these things are things that we just want to bring us so the people can decide. When we talk about conference, we want people that are listening and Grand Gedeans that will be there with us on Saturday to know that we're talking about the people making these decisions and not individuals. Most people going around and say, oh, you know, the interim, the Eminent Council want this. We are about 15 persons. 15 persons can't change or subvert any decision down there. You got a conference that will have probably more than 500 persons. And whatever they listen to and whatever they feel good for the Grand Gedeans Association, that's what they're going to vote upon. So that's why we got everything included there. And the second reason why we included it, because we met with them. We listened to them. We met with the national board leadership. We listened to them. And we researched. Everybody you see here serve this organization, like President Mayer said. Everybody you see here serve as conference chair. So at least if we don't know anything, like other people claim, we know how to serve as chairman of a conference. And we know that the decision that comes from the conference is the people's decision, not our decision. So if you sum up the entire statement and the recommendations, it's a safe passage to peace in Iowa. We don't want to be made shame. We don't want to be here. And before I conclude here, let me tell you, and I will not call names. There are people in both of these, in Madam Paul's camp, and there are people in Boti's camp, that when these issues were going astray, they were calling, what you guys doing? You know, your former president, Eminent Council, why you can't get involved? At that time, we have not even started. I got calls from people, because people wanted for us to have a peaceful transition from Ubote to whoever comes to power. So nobody just woke up and said, you know what, let's subvert the whole process that's going on. Other people were calling from the community that were not part of this, the two teams that are remaining right now. They were calling and talking to us behind the scene. They wanted for us to do something. And we felt the best to do is to take out 2 months of our time and meet every week to see what's better for our organization. That's why we decided to sit down and do our own research, investigate, and come up with recommendations that are optional to the conference that they can look at and say, I think this will be best. And trust me, one of those resolutions come up, we're all going to back it up. We want to live peacefully. We don't want no confusion to be down there. And the reason why we came up with it finally is to let people know that we want that transition to be peaceful and not chaotic.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we have entered into the second segment of this interview here, and we're going to give each guest 5 minutes to talk to Grand Gedeans. Each of you guys can talk to Grand Gedeans on different topic matter, on different concern pertaining to the association or pertaining to the upcoming election or the national convention or pertaining to the host state. Yeah, so I'm going to give each person 5 minutes. I'm going to bring you solo on the screen, give you 5 minutes to address your people, and so we're going to take 25 minutes to do that. We're going to start with Maracana. Then from there, we're going to keep the line open for 1 hour because also the people need to talk to you guys and express their concern, ask you guys questions. So Maracana, you the first. I'm going to put you on the screen.
Okay, what am I supposed to be doing?
You are addressing your people.
The close. Okay, all right. Sorry about that.
Your closing statement. Then from there, now I will open the line after everybody gave that 5 minute closing statement. On
Okay. Thank you so much, Benson, for hosting us again. To all my people, people that are left for 2 years, over 20 years, 30 years.
Madam,
this evening.
Just a second. Madam, yeah, just a second. I'm hearing an echo in the back. So can you guys put your mic on mute as she addressed Grand Gedeans watching and around the world right now? So yeah, because she's giving her closing statement here, but I'm hearing a loud echo. So okay, so let's start over here. I'm gonna put you back here solo on the screen, and then you can go ahead. 5 minutes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Like I was saying, great afternoon, great evening to all my people, my Grand Gedeans, people that I've been leading for over 30 years, I can say. Great evening to you. We have come to the point where we need to come together. No choice. You are a Grand Gedean. You can brag around and say, maybe I'm going to leave these people myself, we're not getting along anymore. But that can change where you come from. That cannot change your active background. That can change anything. And the reason I'm saying this is there are a lot of people who have walked away from this Grand Gedeans Association. And guess what? After 2-3 years, they got nowhere to go. And they come right back to Grand Gedeans Association. So for me, I come to tell you this evening, whatever that you have to come back to, you don't never break it up. You don't never close your back door. You don't never ever break down the bridge that crosses you. I remember years ago, before you come to the United States, if your name is you got a different last name, you don't come to America. So a lot of us came as on different last name just to be accepted. And most of you were very lucky to get in this country with that paper they call green card. And so sometimes when we're talking, you really don't even know what we're talking about. You don't know what we're talking about. We talk about getting paper. You don't know what we're talking about when we used to go to New York to demonstrate. You don't know what we're talking about when we used to be in the street. You are foreign to that. And we agree. They say one person killed elephant, 1,000 cut it off. Okay, so you in this country now. This is a country of opportunity. This is where you can. I call this place second heaven. Okay, if you don't come out of this country with something, and you just go back home with nothing but confusion, I can guarantee you, shame on you. Shame, big shame on you. Okay, because this country is a country of opportunity. And when you go to a conference, you want to get something from there. You want to get, first of all, Grand Gedeans Association is 48 years old. 48 years old. And I know people used to say, well, all the many years you've been here, what you've been doing? I say, well, right now, some of you been here over 20 years too, but you have not done anything. But you go to a conference and cause big confusion. What is that? You want to be known as somebody who always causing confusion? Your way of crumple or can't just now, they will start something, they will scatter their organization. I beg you, people. Put your ego down a little bit. If you are a leader and you can't put things together, you call yourself a leader? Oh, at the end of this person's leadership, Grand Gedeans Association break apart. That good thing there. How does it make you to look? And then you're planning now to break away. Even the conference, you're planning to call police. Who are you calling police on? You know how it make you to look? You call police on your own people because you can't control them. It's a big shame. It is. You don't know at all. You think you know book, then you're moving up and down, walking on the side, speaking English. Speaking crown calling the English. You papa, you can't let people hear. I beg you. I really hold you for some of us. We value this association. I call the association my baby. This is my baby because I have served almost 30 years from secretary of a chapter to the national president of the Grand Gedeans Association. I said they say the record speaks. Every position you think about in this organization, I have held this position. And I did a top. And I'm one of the presidents who always show up. I don't back down. Why? Because the thing that you build, you don't break it up. Because when you go, even when you go to all these small associations, who really know them? Guajadio and 60 Bon and national say, what is that? You go to a federal government, you say, who national 60 Bon, as far as they born, no, they don't even know what you're talking about. This is all you got. You are an entity. Do not destroy your entity. Grand Gedeans Association in the Americas. Before some of you were born, you met something. You met something to hold on to. You have an address. The Grand Gedeans Association. Y'all don't know what we've been doing, but we've been doing a lot. Every president that served this association did something. You might not like it, but they ran on their platform. Every board chair did something. They ran on their platform. But when you get ready for your leaders, it's like the trash. That's why you can't lead. Because whoever was there before, you got no respect for them. And what energy you send out, that's just what you get back. No way around it.
Thank you.
So we are going, we are going to this conference. And I want to beg every one of you, you got to respect the Eminent Council. I don't care whether they get you report. I don't care whether they didn't come to a convention, but the position of these people is because they serve the Grand Gedeans Association. So if you want to be part of the Eminent Council, you get in a race. When you win after your leadership, you are part of the Eminent Council. Okay? So that's all I have to say. I mean, I've been saying it over and over. I think you have gotten my point. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that here. And I think you went just maybe 2 minutes over the 5 minutes, but that's okay. Right. You know, this is your first time on the show, so you know, we give you the opportunity to opine. All right, so Mr. Boyne, fire it up.
Well, thank you, Vinta. All I have to say to the people, we are no threat. We come in peace, and we want the union to survive. This is Fred Quinn talking to you. And you know, everybody knows my name. There are some people who hear my name, they think I'm out for revenge. I'm not out for revenge. Like Manakanan said, I love the union. I know this union. And when I came in this country in the 90s, I joined this union. In fact, when I came, Manakanan speaking there, she was chair of the board. And I used to look at her and you know, she and everybody else going back and forth. And I think she was pregnant then. And I said, I'm pregnant when I hold this shit in just, you know, all up and on. That's how much we fought for this union. There's nothing, we want to see about unity. And that's why I'm back. That's why Mayor is back. Mayor is back, and that's why Blue Unit is back. And, we have grieved before. We grieved in this union, this very union. Feelings were hurt. But we don't mind all of that now. All we don't want what we went through for other people to go through it. So we're trying. If the people decide that this is the way we're going to go, then that's what the people want. But it can't be the decision of few persons. It can't be the decision of the national administration. It can't be the decision of the board. It has to be the decision. It cannot be the decision of the election commission. It can't be the decision of Cam either. It can't be the decision of Bujitai. It has to be the decision of the people, the national conference. When we started this thing, all the former presidents were on. We had meetings with all the former board members, the board chair. So this is not a Fred William, Madakana, or Tim Collins thing, or Mayor, or thing. Other people could not be on tonight because maybe they have other things to do. Look at the letter we wrote. We didn't force people in on that letter. That letter has everybody who participated in all the meetings. We should learn as a community, as a people, to respect people who value their time. To run this organization is not an easy thing. You spend your own money, you run from place to place. Even though some of you say, oh, we took money, we had money and this and that. But you spend your money. And we want this organization to be universal. Just a week ago, I spoke at the Basel chapter of Basel Association chapter, PA chapter. And I was standing there. I was a keynote speaker, and I spoke on the team, the sacrifices we make as community leaders. But when I look at the whole, I say yes. The Unibar people have taken over PA because I know before anybody had anything in Pennsylvania, they have to call us. No matter what happened to the other Crown people. No matter what you're having party, we want to have something. We used to own this town. There are two groups, Unico and us. Today you have the Unibar. It's all because everybody in the Grand Gedeans Association think they can lead. You can lead if the people want you to lead. But sometimes we have to know our own place in society. And that's what we're missing. I have a little advice for my sister Edith. Edith, I know how you fought for this. I know. I mean, yeah, I see you going across. You've done everything, but you also want to lead a union that is in full. You don't want to lead a divided union. Do the right thing at our conference and speak to your people and try to bring peace. Bring peace. If you bring peace and you are elected in peace, trust me, you enjoy your leadership. Idipoa, you went to my inauguration in Philadelphia. You saw it at the Greek Hall. You know what it is when you have over 60% of the people supporting you. You saw it. Even when we went to Virginia, it was one of the convention, our convention. Can you imagine you that president, national president, everybody going to Virginia? Grand Gedeans thing was the biggest thing. Everybody wanted to be to. When we went to Virginia, everybody went to Virginia. You saw what happened in Virginia. You have people all over, everybody coming from everywhere. That's the kind of Grand Gedeans we know. Not today when you call, you have few person to come. We want this union to survive. We are in our retirement ages now, and we all want to come to conventions. We want to come and enjoy and listen to our smart people. Grand Gedeans Crown people should learn to put out their best. Let's learn to put out our best. We got some smart people in among us, and they're here. But with the situation we have, they will all now want to show themselves. Because not everybody will be the Fred man who, when he calls you, show up. Not everybody will be the Augustine May. Not everybody will be the Bunyan. Not everybody will be the Tim Collins. Not everybody will be the Michael Common. Other people, they want to protect their privacy. So they sit back. But I urge all of us tonight, give peace a chance. Let the conference do the right thing. Let come back as a unit. Let come back as one unit. And not again, a few pieces. There are people who talking, oh, the man get GGAD, and he said, but I can tell you tonight, the way this convention goes, that's the way GGAD goes. GGAA is watching this convention and see what crown people would do. If Fred going to show up there, he say, "Oh, the man can go to the other person can do that like the way I want to go to Minnesota and people behave." Then we are not ready for peace. The way we go at this convention, that determines the status of GGAA. I say thank you and thank you for the time, Vinton.
You're welcome. Mr. Paul Yunlin, let's fire it up.
You can hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I think we have most of our leaders have already spoken, and I think we can keep repeating the same thing. Basically, as I said from the beginning, we all here to promote peace and stability in our organization. The Grand Gedeans Association have been around for a long time, since 1975. And there have been a lot of progress. And there have been a lot of shortcomings. But we have to move forward with a progression in the right direction. I will, start from the impeachment. Okay, all these issues start from the impeachment of the elected election commission. Those guys were elected at the convention. And, you can impeach people or you impeach someone, but it has to follow some protocols. You see, all the protocols were not observed. They were not carried out. Okay, they didn't have a grievance committee. The people that made a complaint, they didn't bring the two bodies together to investigate. There was so much that that went wrong. And then, to make matter worse, they appointed election commission, which of course is another violation. So we cannot carry all these wrongs and say, "Oh yeah, let's go ahead. It happened already, so let's go ahead with it." No, we can't do that. Because if we do that, we anger other people. The best thing is what? Bring the people together and put the matter before the people. That's why the articles in the Constitution preserved. It said the National Conference is the supreme body. It's the highest decision-making body. Why they said that? Because we are in a democratic country. We have people taking part in the political jurisdictions in their specific areas. We bring reference to the convention we had in Phoenix, Arizona. It brought together a lot of people. That was the largest rendezvous of Grand Gedeans. We make a lot of money to that place. So these are some of the things we want to do. We want to bring people together so that people can contribute. You don't want to be a president just for a few group of people. And then you annihilate some people, which of course is not good. So the body of the past leaders get together and say, "Look, gentlemen, we are here as past leader with experience. We want to help you. We want to show you the role. We want to make peace." The people are not here to impose anything. Tillman Collins is not here to impose anything. Fred Guian is not here to impose anything. Menye is not here to impose anything. Madam Kana is not here to impose anything. We are all here to what? To appeal to you guys to come to the convention so that we all can get together. All your grievances put forth will be discussed at the convention. It will be deliberated on. They use the word deliberation in the Constitution. Discuss. And then from there, they will what? They will package those grievances together. And then people will vote. Do you want election? Yes or no? You do a secret ballot. It says simple majority in the Constitution. So they'll put the ballots together and see it. If majority say, okay, we want election, there be it. If the majority say, no, we don't want election, we want to postpone this thing until next year where we can have the amalgamation of everyone. People who want to, contest, they all can come together and then we can have election where everyone will be able to participate in the election. And that's what we had before. All through Grand Gedeans Association election, we never had white ballot. My first time hearing that white ballot thing, even though it exists in the dictionary, but we never had it in our association. When you say white ballot, that will say you don't have no contestant. There's no other candidate but only you. So we don't want that. I mean, I can say, Boo say you don't want that, but I don't know what the other people say. But I just say my own suggestion. But we'll put it in front of people so that people can decide. They can vote. If they say they want it, fine. Boo, we'll put your hand up and say, oh yeah, okay, y'all go ahead. So my people, I'm urging y'all to come to the convention. Come there peacefully. Nobody must come there with military uniform. Nobody must come there with how they call it, guns and all that kind of stuff. We want a peaceful. Grand Gedeans are peaceful people. So we want you guys to be very peaceful. Come up with your grievances, and then we all can be able to vote. And whatever the people decide, that's what we want to do. And all these people here, all the leaders here, they are all here for peace. They're not here to impose anything. Mr. Collins is here. He's not here to impose anything. Menye too does not want to impose anything. Fred Graham don't want to impose anything. We all have problems in the past. Everybody has their problem. But we all come together tonight so that we can appeal to the Grand Gedeans so that we all can come together and have a joyous convention. And whatever decision the convention will come up with, and then we'll go by it. Thank you very much for bringing me on, and I hope that next time we'll meet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, my mic was muted. But we're going to conclude with Mr. Collins. Then from there, we're going to open the line for the audience. Go ahead, Mr. Collins.
Well, I never heard anything from May. How you conclude with me? May. He's not on. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Victor, thanks for having me on your show again.
You're welcome.
First thing here, let me do some clarity here. Number one, nobody going to drive anybody from the Grand Gedeans Association. The entitlement of being part of this association rests in the hands of everybody. These guys that spoke here, these guys that have worked over the past months, they are Grand Gedeans, they are part and parcel of this organization. And most importantly, they provided the top service to this organization. So they got a right to express what they believe. Once it's in the prime interest of the organization, I think people should listen to it. The second thing I want to clear here, because I hear people talking, nobody from the Eminent Council wants to be part of the interim body. Not one person. Because we had a discussion, we just want the best for the organization. So now one person from among the group got intention to be part of any interim administration for the Grand Gedeans Association. Having said that, let me make a couple of references here. 2010, when we did the Constitution, 2011, I got in a race. Mr. Guion was in a race, and Madam Cooper was in a race. The Election Commission then was headed by Alfonso So. It was co-chaired by Kwame Weeks, and Gaisler was the Secretary General, the former ULAP president. These are knowledgeable people that knows the Constitution, knows Grand Gedeans Association very well. There was a protest, a petition that was written against Mr. William, that he had $1,000 for the Grand Gedeans Association that stemmed way back from probably selling t-shirts or something, and he never paid. The Constitution has a provision in it that if you're indebted to the organization and you don't pay that indebtedness, you will not take part in any, or you will not contest any position. If you pay, it will take 2 years for you to contest. It's in the Constitution, it's written that. I'm just paraphrasing. That petition came from the National Administration, I think was headed by Madam Kana and the board. The Election Commission went and read it. At that time, we campaigned already. And you have supporters for me, you have supporters for Mr. Guion, you have supporters for Madam Kopo. The Election Commission looked at it, they investigated it, and they found out that if that decision is made at that point in time, it was going to cause more harm to the Grand Gedeans Association than good. And they found out that Mr. Guion has a letter from the former president, Mr. Glay, that all those payment and other thing was written off and he was giving clemency. But yesterday, they questioned the clemency, but the Election Commission made a decision at that time. The most important point I'm stressing here is the decision that was made that saved the entire Grand Gedeans Association at that point in time. Why you think the Election Commission came up with that? They made that decision because they felt it was in the best interest of the Grand Gedeans Association. The reason why we're coming up with points and letting people know is because when you look at precedents in the past, you got to find out whether those precedents help the organization or it destroy the organization. They could have taken Mr. Guion from the race. The Election Commission could have come and say, oh yes, we saw this stuff without accept the clemency because in that part of the Constitution, we don't see any records and you know that you pay and disqualify him. Mr. Guion came second, remember, when I won the election in Massachusetts. All those that supported Mr. Guion that went to Massachusetts, number one, they were not going to go. If they were going to go down there, they were going to be disgruntled. And Grand Gedeans Association were not going to come up where we have 4 years of progressive leadership and people, we saw, you know, the rise of Grand Gedeans here in the United States. Everything that we discussed tonight, I want people to take those things into consideration and to take it, you know, to be positive, because our goal is to make sure that when we leave Iowa on Sunday or on Monday, we leave with having a unified Grand Gedeans Association, a Grand Gedeans Association that is together. So those things can happen. It's not impossible. We got very smart people in the organization. People should start being personal and people should look at the bigger picture. Number one, nobody going to draft anybody from the Grand Gedeans Association because you don't have the power to do that. You cannot take what we have earned in the Grand Gedeans Association from anybody on this land. You don't have to elect people because of the nomenclature of Eminent Council. With former presidents, you're going to disrobe me of being former president of the Grand Gedeans Association? I think I have hundreds of supporters in the Grand Gedeans Association. Likewise, all my colleagues here. You don't have to agree with me. But one thing we got in common is to make sure we preserve. One thing we should have in common is to preserve the sanity, the togetherness, and the unity in the Grand Gedeans Association. And that's the reason why we took couple of hours, not couple of hours, so many hours, 2 months to sit down and discuss that. I think people should be very proud when you see Boo Yonle on the line here with Augustine Meyer and Boo Yonle on the line here with Mr. Guion, discussing about the unity and the togetherness of Grand Gedeans. It means that if they can do it, we can do it on a bigger level. So I just want to stop this far. I want to thank you for having us. And you know, and even though I have my surgery, but you know, I'm kind of real up to really discuss, you know, the issues so that we can have peace and tranquility this weekend in Iowa and leave from there. We're having a unified Grand Gedeans Association. We can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I said thank you, Mr. Collins. That was well presented. I can't wait to see all you guys here. I haven't seen you for a while. How many years? And it's been like over what, 15 years since I saw you the Librarian Hall. Yeah, and I wish you a speedy recovery. I wish you all you guys safe travels. We're gonna open the line now. Let me put the number up here. You guys still have 45 minutes to 1 hour with me here, but you're just gonna be answering questions here from Grand Gedeans, so watching, and those are calling in here. Just a second here, guys. I'm gonna put the number. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna put the number here. All right. So this is the number here. Can everybody see the number?
Yeah, we can see the number.
All right. So audience, the line is open now. You can call in and you ask your question or you state your concern, but you get 3 minutes. And this is not an argument or debate between you and any of these guys here. Just you can, your question can be directed to Mr. Collins or Mr. Bo Younglet or Madam Kana. We also have Mr. Gwen here. He came on, he went back, he just came back on here. So the line is open now, folks. Yes, the number, we're going to give you guys 5 minutes to see if anyone can call in. If you guys don't call in, these guys have already gave their closing statement. Then we will end the interview here. But as you all know, current situation, we allow our viewers to call in. Okay, so we got our first caller here. And guys, let me know if you can hear the caller. Hello, can you state your name and where you're calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Levi Madison. How you doing?
Oh, Levi, hi. Welcome, brother. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for the call and for the show. Thanks to the gentleman and the mother for the deliberation. I think, quite frankly, it is a very interesting conversation, but I think it is meant for the good of our community.
Hold on, Levi, hang on. Guys, can you guys hear the caller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So that Levi is calling. Go ahead, Levi.
Yeah, I think despite my disagreement with the historicity of the Eminent Council and my awareness of their essence and since their creation, I think the overarching message that pretty much emanates for everything they're saying is peace and unity. My only point of divergence here is the fact that it does not take into account the historical antecedent that brought us where we are today. I heard them say they want peace and unity. But I think in order for us to get arrive at peace, we need to do a root cause analysis to understand from when anarchy entered our community and what were the reasons that brought those anarchies. For example, if it was due to maybe the unfair impeachment of Fred Guian or the Google statute that was levied against him that led to his impeachment, instead of looking at the disimplication of the whole process and the subsequent creation of the GGAA that brought us to where we are today, the circumvention of what happened to Mr. Menye, now the members of the election commission, like one wrong creates avenue for another wrong to happen. And to the extent that it happened once, it now creates further impetus for it to happen again. So my only thing here is I want the Eminent Council to understand or at least help us arrive at genuine, because genuine peace is hard to genuinely mean. So my only thing to them is if we say we want peace, then we should go to the root where it all came from and correct it from there. I often we have a case in court that's still pending. I'm hearing them talking about peace. Does the peace include a comprehensive analysis of everything that happened, all the historic wrongs that happened, including to Fred, to Menye, to like, so that we can have peace, or is only because we have the white balance that's tackled their interests? And if that is the case, then I don't think this peace will hold. Because in order for this peace to hold, the GGAA, under the leadership of Buyoli, did some gross wrong to this community that brought us where we are today. But today is not time for us to approach some blame to people. We're looking for peace. But in order for peace to come, we must go to the root cause. And that's why I'm hoping this Eminent Council can be of help in calling Grand Gedeans to the table so we can go to where the problem first started from, to address it from there. If we need to apologize for the roles we play, we do so. If I have to go to the court to reverse those cases and harmonize it in-house, then that's peace. But for us to think that by opposing election tomorrow is peace, I don't think so. There are historic wrongs that have happened in this community, and in order for us to move forward, we will have to address those wrongs. And people who play a critical role in during those times must also be man enough to apologize for their role so that this community can heal. Like Fred said, our community across the country, from PA to Minnesota, across the country, is deeply impacted by whatever happening in this community. And until we can resolve those controversies, West anarchists will come to this union. I don't think merely opposing an election because of white ballot will do it. So if you want peace, that's how I think peace will be. The kind of peace you want, then you have my support. And moreover, I think if you want to have this level of saying in the community, then you must also argue for groundings in the law. The law should to create the Eminent Council as a body of people who will join after whatever serving this community. Not that people who was marred by misrule. To serve on the Eminent Council, you must be a person who serves your term without breaching any law in our union. Not people who will do wrong or who were alleged to have done wrong, and then you come and say, oh no. So that's why I'm arguing. Eminent Council should argue for GGAA to have her as a body that is granted by the Constitution, and the Eminent Council must play a critical role in helping us resolve the many issues that happen in our community that brought us at war with each other. Thank you very much. I don't hold your time.
All right, thank you, Levi. Any of you guys want to respond to Levi? Then we'll go to the next caller.
Yeah. Let me come first. This is Tilmo.
Okay.
The first thing here, I want to say thank you to Levi for listening and coming up with what he believes. We have a bylaw that established the Eminent Council, and I think it was established around 2015-16. But the same person that established the organization, he called us together with Honorable Glade, and decided former presidents should get together so we can use some of our time, our experiences to help whoever is in power or if the association needs us. So I don't think we are advocating to be constitutional. And I mean, in the future, I'll be one of those that will not even advocate for us to be constitutional. It gives us the leeway to be able to relax and give our fair assessment of what's going on in the organization. So if it comes to that, that's the decision of the Eminent Council of former presidents. I don't think it should be the decision of other people who have not served in those capacities. The second thing here, I don't think that's the reason why.
Go ahead, Mr. Collins. Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
Yeah, go ahead. We have another caller online, but after you're done, then we will put the caller on.
Okay. Yeah, and I was stating the essence and the reason why we came together with that resolution or that statement is not because we just oppose white ballot. That's not the reason. When you look into the write-up, the statement that we have from the beginning, we stated that this organization was all the way up there. And based on certain reasons, and we stated those reasons. And some of the reasons we talk about are also included there that got the organization going the way it is going. We also recommended restructuring in this organization. If you look at the recommendations we made, we talk about recommending restructuring that has to do with a complete overhaul of the organization, where you can address most of the things that he talks about. So, for us, you don't expect us to carry a package that takes away the entire convention. But at least if those things are put in place, people will start to address what has happened in the past and what we can do to be able to resolve it so that it can be repeated. So to answer his question, that's the reason why we came up with what we came up with at this point in time. And the notion that we only come in here because we oppose white ballot is not the reason why we are here. We are here because we feel the process to election has to be a process that incorporates everybody and that will bring peace in the community. And I just made reference to issues that were even worse than what we have today. And because the Election Commission failed to preserve peace in the Grand Gedeans community, they were going to make sure they let people know this was the decision they were taking. And that decision helped us to be able to hold together until other things start falling apart in the future. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dad. So we're going to move on to the next caller. So the next caller will have one of your guys answer. Yeah, because a lot of people calling in now. So we will move on to the next caller. The next caller is Magnima. Magnima, go ahead. Mr. Nima, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we are hearing you. The Eminent Council also listening. Go ahead.
Okay. First, I want to say thank you to the members of the Eminent Council. I would have felt very bad if the Eminent Council did not come in to intervene in this case. Our union is dying gradually for no reason. And thank God for the Eminent Council. I want to say there to my junior brother who spoke first, Mr. Madison, Levi Madison. The beginning of a 99-day journey begins with just one step. So what the Eminent Council started tonight is a very good step, even though they started 2-3 months ago. But that's the beginning of peace process. So whatever happened before that they did not address until now, the boundary to everything there is a time. So this is the time. The problem on here right now should be resolved peacefully, and then we can sit down on the table and discuss what happened in the past. These issues will not be discussed at once. We're going to take time. Even when the war went to Liberia, they went to Akosombo 1, Akosombo 2, Geneva 1, Geneva 2, before finally Capital came from the forest and came to town. So all these things, we will address them step by step. But tonight, I think the Eminent Council deserves applause. Those are former president, national president who sacrificed. And anybody who cares for his or her organization that she served in the past will not sit down there for the organization to go down in the trash. And that's the role they are playing tonight. So, I just want to say here that thank you to the Eminent Council. Remember what the Eminent Council is doing. Tomorrow, when one of you wins, you'll be members of the Eminent Council when you leave office. You cannot plant new mat without old mat. So this is the Eminent Council tonight is the old mat that the two of you in the race need to look at. If you don't listen and you think you got the opportunity, maybe you won now or you want web ballot. There's no web ballot here. We got two candidates. Mr. Bodita is qualified. Idepoa is also qualified. So there's nothing a web ballot here in Iowa. That or so-called commission appointed by the board of directors, we're not going to listen to that. Let me let people know tonight. We're not going to follow that group that were appointed by the board of directors because the legitimate election commission were impeached for grudging subordination. There's nothing here about the decision called grudging subordination. The grudging subordination is a crime. Then you can go in the field of Morocco. You don't have people causing Obama or Why is they or running in America? So I just want to conclude here to say, colleagues, Mr. Mayor, Manakana, Mr. Yule, and all of you tonight, thank you very much for taking your time to come and save our union. You all are welcome to Iowa, and we'll receive you. Don't be intimidated. Nobody will intimidate you. You are born Grand Gedeans. So nobody should put fear in you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Before we bring Charlie Joloka online, Eminent Council, any of you guys want to respond to Mr. Magnima?
Yeah, I just want to say this.
No, I don't think we want to respond. You're just making a statement.
No, he just, to me, it's a statement he's making.
All right, yeah, you want to make a statement. Go ahead, Mr. Ferguan.
Oh, no. If my two colleagues said no, then it's fine. That Mr. Joloka come in and I'll speak.
All right, Charlie Joloka, fire it up. I'm fine. Go ahead.
I want to say thank you to the members of the Eminent Council. Although we concluded the other day for me to be part of the Eminent Council, but they can't invite me in their meeting. I mean, who are they? They want to silence me.
I mean, you're ready to be part of the Joloka.
Yeah, the man is an honorable member of the council.
Yeah, because I saw Fred Gota, he tied me with a thing there, but he now pressing me to say, oh, my man, come on. Anyway, for me, I don't see anything. I listen to other callers. If you're talking about the Eminent Council is not constitutional, then what's about the action of the Pope? People need to be real here. When you talk here, the people say, for me, I don't want to be, say, oh, yeah, the man that want to. I don't want it like that. You must come back. I met other people from, the two lecture with the secretary from and I told them that I'm supporting the Constitution. He is a good leader. Oti also is a good leader. Whatsoever that would happen here, the Eminent Council, the question, I want to ask them, although I'm part of them, or send it out, usher me in here, I don't want to ask before. If we come to Des Moines and tomorrow, the national conferences, we should have the election. I want to ask the Eminent Council which group, I will be able to conduct the election. And if under the constituted election commission, then we be, bring Madam Political Bear back to be the head of that commission after she is heading another, unconstitutional commission now. So I just want to ask a question first because we have been caught in a crossroad, and I think everybody need to be real to ourselves. We don't want anything that will bring in disturbances in Iowa. We're able to solve the problem, but we're not able to solve it in totality. It means that there is still chaos. So I'm asking them when they are coming here to be the guardians of all, as the parent for the GGAA. I want to ask them for. When they answer my question, then I will flow on what I want to say.
All right, go ahead, guys.
Mr. Charlie, I'm sorry I got to come in, because I'm the secretary here. The chair and other people can come in later. The conference will decide. It's left with the conference chair, who's the national president, to be able to put these things on the floor. There are a lot of mistakes that have happened. If the conference is deciding that they should have election, the same conference you have on the floor, if we have election, who's going to conduct the election? Who constitute members of that council, that election commission that will conduct the election? Those are things that they can put up because you're not just going to solve half of the problem, you want to solve the whole problem. So let me give you an example. If I was there or you were there and you say, look, I suggest that the constituted election commission conducts the election. It means that everybody that was elected constitutionally, including a mayor, everybody should be able to do it. Whether she's serving on a conference you don't like or not, she was also elected by the other people, so that we'll be able to make progress. The conference has that power. The Eminent Council does not have the power. We're not going to do that. We're just trying to create the avenue for the conference chair and members of the conference, most of them who don't know what they're supposed to be doing, and to listen to us, because we chair conferences before, and we know that the people have the power, they can make those decisions.
All right. So, Mr. Bo Yonle, Madam Kana, and Fred Gwen, you want to respond to Mr. Joloka before I bring the next caller on?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Mr. Joloka, can you hear Mr. Yonle?
Yeah, I'm hearing that.
Yeah, they can hear you. Can hear you loud and clear. He's hearing and you're watching.
Yeah. I think something we forgot here is that I mean, we don't have a problem people having election, but I mean, there hasn't been any voter roll published. And voter rolls has to be published 7 days prior to the general elections. And the essence of publishing the voter roll is to make sure that people who pay, their name are listed on that voter roll. So this is something I think a lot of people, they're not thinking about that. So we're going to go in that place there. People say they want to have election, and there's no voter roll. And that's a serious problem. I hope whatever election commission that we're going to put out there, whether they're going to reinstate the people or but all these things will be decided at the national conference, because the national conference have a lot of work to do. Thank you.
Okay, Victor, I think I listened to two members of the Eminent Council, and I think
okay.
What I will say here is that those who are coming to Iowa knocking their chest, they are just doing it for nothing, because you can't do anything here without the national conference. We know that people who got big people in the Grand Gedeans Association, who believe that anything they say, it will be done. Who except we're waiting for the board here. They are members of our own board as representatives, from Iowa. And anything you do, that will come by home to give report. My sister Ilipua is a good leader, and also my only advice here is that this organization are defined, or how they call it, all of the when you say that they say not like somebody when the person is a good leader. It is a good leader in the community. But to look at the organization now to say if somebody win white ballot, and if the white ballot, for me, somebody can win white ballot, but white ballot conducted the commission and the board appointed when they conduct anything in Iowa, whether national commission or not, that person will never get my support. I just telling everybody tonight because I believe in the Constitution, and I served on the election commission, as chairman of the 2015 election. This similar issue happened like this, and when we look at the noise, I even blame the other election commission also. The first election commission, I blame them. But two wrong cannot make one right. So in 2015, we encountered similar, problem like that. And what we did, we went back to the grand board and we said, okay, let everybody go. We saw how Arizona was looking. This is a membership-based organization. So tomorrow now, because those who supporting white ballot, you are not supporting either in good faith, because you're creating more problems. But when either wins tomorrow, people will be going around talking to people to say, you can't join me. What happened when the other people don't want to join either? So either is a good debater, either can debate any issue. Why y'all want to push out to white ballot? In a kind of big organization where people are disenchanted now, how many people waiting for you here? So you want to come here to say we're going to win white ballot with those that we don't even recognize to conduct that election. So, Victor, I just want to thank the Eminent Council, and I have invitation for every one of them that are coming, including the Eminent Council, because they are my
And, big brothers and sisters, tomorrow will be my, graduation book out. So I want to help the Grand Association to those of you come in, beginning 12 o'clock, all the way to 5, 6 people over there. That noisy or I call it welcome night. So I will entertain every one of you coming tomorrow. You don't have to come with gifts. I don't need gifts. Everybody is invited. My address is 3849 52nd Street, Des Moines, Iowa, 50310. So I just want to invite the Eminent Council. When you come in tomorrow also, if you have a car to pick you up, then call me. I will come and pick you up.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, Mr. Joroka. We have our next caller.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Mr. Vinton, this is Eddington Tudi. Sorry, the thing is, I don't know, for some reason, I'm not able to see you on Facebook, so I missed almost everything. So I was just listening in because I missed everything. So I didn't call for a question. I wanted to have the opportunity to listen to the Eminent Council. Apparently, I don't know if you guys are in the show now, but yeah, that's my situation tonight. I couldn't. I'm difficult to find you on Facebook, seeing you, so I'll just listen in.
Okay, yeah, you can go to my page. I will send you my page, the Inventon Hoax. It's on. We are live streaming on three page. We live streaming on Current Situation Media, Inventon Hoax, and we live streaming on YouTube. But I will inbox you my page name and all those pages that we live streaming on. But do you have any? You have any question? Oh well, you did not watch the interview, so you don't have no question for the Eminent Council right now.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I just coming on. I'm sorry. Please tell me the thing, and maybe I can watch it a little on, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So we have the next caller here, Mr. James Yobote. Mr. Yobote, are you there? Mr. Yobote, you just called in. Are you there? He might he'll call back here. I think he hung up. So Eminent Council here right now is 10:11. So we are giving the callers an hour. So let's give 5 more minutes to see if somebody's gonna call in here. I know Mr. Yobote was just calling here, but for some reason the call got disconnected. But once again, thanks guys for taking time off your schedule to have this 3 hours interview here and addressing Grand Gedeans associations in the Americas. We have another caller calling in here. He's going to state his name. Hello there. What is your name and where you calling from? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah. We can hear you. You are live. Hello?
Yeah, hello. This is Stanley Flop.
All right, Stanley. Stanley is calling from Des Moines, Iowa. Go ahead, Stanley.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Eminent Council, and I must admit that you guys have done a very good job. Now, my concern here is, apart from the problem that is engulfing our organization, like the elections that's coming up in Des Moines, candidates qualification and all that, to me, there's another problem that we as Grand Gedeans have not taken notice of, and that is how to redefine this organization. Are we going to run it as a political entity or as a non-for-profit? The reason I'm saying this, I'm part of the elected elections commissions from the Kansas gathering of last year, and when we started our work, there were a lot of pressure. There were options on the table, whether we should GGAA or to allow other people to go, to allow everybody to go rather. And now, during the process, if we allow everybody to go, there will be a breach of the law. Now, if we follow the Constitution, people will be disqualified. So we have two options. There are people who coming up suggesting that we should allow everybody to go, knowing fully well if we have done that, there will be a complete breach of the law. I want for everybody to know that. Now,
My reason of calling tonight is that if we look at ourselves, especially the Eminent Council, 20, 50 years from now on, and some of us will not be around. Death is reality. People will leave this world. Now, what are we leaving? What are we leaving behind for this organization to still be in existence? For example, we came in this country and we have kids. And those kids, they don't even know what is called Grand Gedeans. So in 20 years from now on, when all these leaders have gone, how will this organization still continue to exist? These are things that we should bring to the conference apart from the problem that are going on right now. So I just want, at this convention, there are things that we should do. That, for example, redefine this organization, whether they want to do it as a political entity, continue it like that. My little knowledge I had about the organization when it was founded, there were a group of people that came here, and some of them were students. But we who came during the period of the senseless Liberian Civil War, when we came, we left people back there, so we just felt that there was a need to extend our hands back there, which is not a bad thing. But in so doing, we started to involve a lot of politics in this organization, and that's what got us where we are to today. So in this conference, we can use this conference as a forum to redefine this organization. That's the only concern I have, and I want for the Eminent Council to please lead in this direction.
All right, guys. Which one of you guys want to respond to Standard Flan?
Yeah, I want to come in. This is Fred.
All right, Fred, come in.
Yeah, thank you, Stanley. And thanks for even calling tonight. You know, and that's what and I'm driving, so yes or no, I'm sorry. Because Philadelphia, the motorbike people can give you a chance. Yeah, but anyway, and that's what professional organizations do. They try to think ahead. So since we're here tonight, or we're going to this conference, if everything go our way, and then the national president put the issue of restructuring on the table, those are some of the things. Because what we are looking at, if that issue is put on the table and we are able to win that, yes, we're gonna restructure this organization, or even because there are two things we're looking at. Even if elections gonna be held, even like they're gonna bring the old election commissioners back, election gonna be held between the two parties or whatever gonna happen, we still gonna mandate. We want to ask the national conference to still mandate a restructuring body, that will report to the newly elected national administration, or that will work with the newly elected national administration, so we can restructure this entity. When we are in a process of restructuring, all of these things we have to take them into consideration. And that's the plenty these people do in their country. The pandemic that happened here, I remember George Bush time, it was mentioned that there'll be a pandemic, and it started putting things into play. It's just that when Trump came, he didn't believe all of those things, so he didn't believe in science, so he let it go open. But we have to think about this organization. We have to make it appealing to our American kids. We have to make some of them understand that we are from this place, and that's why our convention, and we have to find a way to even take our young children now. There should be Grand Gedeans Children Day at our convention. And we can't do all of these things with all the noise and everybody, nobody can listen to anybody. We have to take our own kids to convention. We have to have Grand Gedeans Day, where people understand where they are from, so that maybe they will develop interest. We can't force them to be part of it. But all of these things will come on that cloud of research.
What's going on?
Yeah. So it is a good question, but we have to first and foremost get there. The president has to agree to put this issue on the floor. The issue has to win. That yes, we are going this route. Once all of that is done, then we will know where we're going. Even if the interim part of it does not work, and we're still going to have election, we still want the national conference to decide and put a restructuring body together to work with the newly elected administration, so that they'll start putting the process of restart to fix this organization. The way the Grand Gedeans Association looks now, the way it looks,
it's not going to work easily the way it looks. Because you have chapter that are not operational, you have board members who come from this chapter. All they do, they look for like $300 and just send it. They rule cover the national administration. Every 2 years, national administration have election. But chapter leaders or board members, so there's no election, there's nothing. If the man will pay $300 just to keep his space on the board, he pay and he's on the board. So there are so many things we need to fix. But your question was in the right direction. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to the next caller here because we don't have much time. We have to end this segment here by 11 p.m., which will be 12 a.m. on East Coast. So let's go to the national president, Mr. James Yobote. I have a lot of callers on conference call here. So let me
see what's happening to the screen.
No, I just put Mr. Goy on the screen, but I'm going to make the screen full again.
Oh, okay.
So, Mr. Yobote, are you there? Let's see here. Mr. Yobote, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Do you have a question or concern or question for the Eminent Council? Go ahead.
I don't have any question for them. I want to tell them thank you, respect. I'll be a member of the Eminent Council myself. So I'm happy that they are all here energized and talking what they are talking. Thank you for your contribution, but that is not the reason for which I call. I was just calling to give breaking news, if you allow it, or if you don't want me to give it because you are on the topic with Eminent Council, then I give you.
National President, I would not want to hear breaking news from you.
Yeah, but you are live right now because remember that caller section right now. So you are live, everybody listening. So do you want the breaking news just for the media or you want it for the public?
For your listening public.
Okay, so the public are listening now. You are live. Yeah, the Eminent Council are also listening and the audience are listening. So if you want to give the breaking news, go ahead, everyone listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Who. Let the drum roll through. I give the breaking news. Breaking news is that we have a brand new chapter into Grand Gedeans Association in the Americas. I was contacted by Mr. Otavio B. Gilmore that they are sending in their payment to become a chapter, and they put in modalities together to finish the process. But initially, they sent in $300 chapter registration, and he asked me what else should they do. So I told him, okay, it's a good start. Let your intention be known, and then we'll read the Constitution properly and find out how the rest will be done. But as I'm speaking to you right now, I can officially inform everybody that we received $300 registration fees from the state of Michigan. The first president, Joseph Jigan Rabo, so to speak, or George Washington will be Otavio B. Gilmore. He's the first president, and then we got a vice president will be one.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that is the breaking news I got. Send my fellow Grand Gedeans are listening. I want you to hear this. Hear this.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Out of the business section to all of you.
Thank you. Last question for you, Mr. President, before you leave. When you going to be in Des Moines, Iowa? Are you already here or are you in route?
For security reasons, let me keep it at that. When you see me, you see me.
Oh, wow. My man, you are a public figure. You cannot keep this on this security reason.
Okay. Thank you so much. So everybody there on the line, respect.
Mr. President, congratulations again for the project down there. We were very impressed. And when we meet you, we'll let you know, face to face, but you did job well done with the movement.
Thank you very much. Let me take leave of you and go back to Washington, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the next caller here. We have about 3 callers in line here. Who's the next caller here? Go ahead, state your name and where you from.
Dow Kamara.
Dow Kamara, welcome, and go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to the Eminent Council, and thank you to you for hosting the Eminent Council. It's not a question, but I just kind of want to really talk to the Eminent Council to take this very serious. Grand Gedeans Association is at the crossroads. And the structure of Grand Gedeans Association is something to be constituted. The role of the Eminent Council should not be less, it should be very important within this institution. Former board chairman and former leaders should actually come together to be the resources and consultants of this organization. And they should actually be careful when it comes to decision making, because they should be the last resort that the three organs, the National Administration, the Board of Directors, and the Leadership Council, if they disagree, they should be able to run to the Eminent Council for answer. So instead of just looking at an election issue, I'm appealing to this Eminent Council. In getting to that convention, I believe that it should be on the table that the council be constituted and let it operate in a full gear, that our people would need a council to be an immediate relay when there's any conflict. Because right now, we have people on the board of directors and administration in the leadership council that don't know what to do with administration. They don't know what to do with leadership. And you guys have a vast experience. I will appeal that you use your experience to bring your organization under control, that the organization can pick up a full saddle as a non-profit organization. Again, thank you for your intervention. Thank you for coming on, and I hope that we all will meet at the convention to have a lengthy discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kamara. We still have some folks on the line here. If you have not spoken, go ahead and state your name and where you're calling from. And if you have a question or a statement for the Eminent Council, fire it up.
Okay, hello, you can hear me?
Yeah. The Eminent Council listening.
All right, this is Jefferson Cooper. I'm calling from Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate the Eminent Council for taking up their time to come and address the issue that is unfolding within the GGAA. And Vitos, I want to say thank you for hosting them, at least to give the Grand Gedeans opportunity to listen to their past leaders. I have two questions here. My first question goes to, so at what time did it claim your attention that the entire process was leading to chaos? Because Mr. Hollis, I listened to him, he gave an example of a time where the Election Commission was able to make a decision in the interest of the General Assembly, even though someone supposed to have been disqualified. But the Eminent Council was here when James Djibouti, the sitting president, was disqualified. And his disqualification is controversial because the people are saying he served 2 terms. And to serve a term as a president, it should be elections. And there was never election held, but he was disqualified, and we did not hear from the Eminent Council. They didn't say anything. And other people were disqualified. That's why I'm asking, at what time did it claim their attention? Or is it because someone of their interest was disqualified that were brought in? That's the first question.
Let me go first, please. Let me just
answer the first question, Mr. Cooper. Let him respond to the first question.
Yeah, let me just say this.
Okay,
guys.
Yeah, Jeff, nice to hear your voice, my man. It's been a long time.
Mr. Cooper, thank you. But anyway,
Jefferson, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I said it's been a long time. You know, Jefferson and myself went to the same school. I think we played soccer together and all. So, yeah, but let me say this to you. You wanted to know when it claimed our attention. It claimed our attention, and who said it? When the board that was the board that was elected at a conference was impeached. When it comes to Mr. Djibouti, you know, even though you stated that he was illegally taken off the ballot, the Constitution is very clear on that. And, you know, and probably when we meet in Iowa, besides people talking about it, I will specifically reference you to those clauses. and, and to me, I don't think it was a mistake. And that I'm speaking on behalf of myself because it was not one of the issues that we addressed. When we came in, Mr. Ubote issue was already out. But I felt that he has served 4 years, despite the mistake coming from the board, writing letters and all those kind of stuff. He served in the same capacity for 4 years. And the Constitution says if you serve in that specific capacity for 4 years, you cannot be elected to that same position. So people can interpret it the way they want to interpret it. Our secretary and we meant just what the Election Commission did. And thank God the board came up and the board rectified what it said. So it was not because of that. We really came in when we saw that the entire process was going wrong now. When the board started to interfere, the board got rid of a conference elected election commission and started to appoint their own people. That's where we got involved in, and we decided to research, talk to everybody, do an evaluation, and see how we can be of help to the process.
Yeah, well, let me just add this, Jeff. You hear me?
Yeah, Jeff, can you hear Mr. Gwine? Jefferson Cooper, can you hear Mr. Fred Gwine?
Yeah, I'm listening to him.
Yeah, he listening, Mr.
Yeah, Jeff, in this, when the election started, when the process started, we are human beings, we are Grand Gedeans. So we all are going around picking sides, who to support. There was no, the issue of Eminent Council was not even on. Everybody started looking for, who to support. So the process started. When the process started, we were all here watching and seeing. You only come out when there's a constitutional crisis, and the board forces the national conference. We thought it was a constitutional crisis. I'm saying national conference because once you are elected at the national conference, or when there's an impeachment, there's a process. It's a process. Then, of course, it raised the eyebrow of other people sitting on the side. And those are some of the problems we have in this organization. We know and that's why when the restructuring does happen, we're going to look at all of these things. What happens if a pandemic happens and somebody is in power? What happens? We have to cover, because we're going through a pandemic now. We are going through other natural occurrences. So we know all of these things. So now when we read writing our constitution, that constitution we have, it was amended, I think, in 2010. Mr. Collins served as the Secretary General on that committee that was set up by Madam Kana. That's a long time. So we're not just sitting when they start, the election commission is supposed to disqualify people who did not meet the constitutional requirement. So we can't come like, oh, why do this, why did it? What we did and what we were doing, that's what the National Board of Directors should have done. They should have waited and sat there and look at it, because if they were doing a job. Even if the case is referred to you, refer it back to the Election Commission and tell them, look, quote the Constitution. This is what the Constitution says. Why are you not going by the Constitution? You have to look at the Constitution for doing this thing. Because election guidelines should not be different outside of the Constitution. So we only got in when we thought that there was a crisis coming between the National Conference and the National Board of Directors. Because I'm saying National Conference, because it was the National Conference who elected to National Election Commissions. So when you want to remove them, you have to go back to the National Conference to replace them. And what I'm telling you, Jeff, is someone who been in the country long with this organization, there's a precedent that happened in this very year where an election commissioner was changed at the conference that morning. On a Saturday morning, we got there, and there was a vote call on the floor to remove that election commissioner because it felt like he was not in compliance, and we have to replace them. That happened in New York. We have to replace them that morning with another Gedean. So these things are there. But for us to enjoy the organization, we have to make our own laws and follow those laws. We don't have police here to say, they may bring it up, go arrest. It is all the respect we give the law. That's how we're going to enjoy our own organization. Hopefully that answers your first question.
All right. So let's move on to the second question here because of time factor. And the second question will be handled by Madam Kana and Mr. Bo Youngley. So what is your second question, Mr. Jefferson Cooper?
All right. My second question has to do with the integrity of the Eminent Council. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, we are.
All right. Other people feel that some members on the Eminent Council should recuse themselves from the Eminent Council because they have already endorsed some candidates. That's one. The second aspect of the integrity is that other people feel, because our people say, before you see the law in somebody's eye, you must first check your own eyeball. Clean your house before you go clean somebody's house. Other people think that there are some members of the Eminent Council that don't deserve to be there. Those that break away, dividing the GGAA, and all those whose administration ended with chaos should not be the ones sitting down there to proffer anything for peace. What people are thinking is that they are only coming back to divide the GGAA more, because most of them stated that they have hundreds of people behind them. And whatever suggestion they are coming with, if it is not accepted, they are going to divide the GGAA more. What will you guys say to people who have these opinions?
Mr. Yule, Madam Kana.
Yeah, all right. Let me go first, Mr. Yune.
Yeah.
If you give me the floor. Thank you so much. What's the name of the speaker again? I'm sorry. It's getting late now.
His name is Jefferson Cooper.
Oh, okay, Mr. Cooper. Yeah, thank you for that question and comment. I really admire, your your style, your integrity, and everything. And I just want to also let you know that when it comes to people having integrity, I think members of the council, we are above that. That's one. Number two, being a member of the Eminent Council, the only requirements, and I'm going to say again, maybe we need to placard it all over the internet. The basic requirement to be member of the council is a former president. You serve in the capacity as a president of the national president of the Grand Gedeans Association, you are automatically a member of the council. That's one. Number two, I think the council member need to be respected if they can come on and say, yeah, this is a person that I feel. We didn't say the council is endorsing a person. If the person says, okay, this is who I feel can lead the Grand Gedeans Association, I think you should give that person a plus. Because lots of us, even those that even in your camp, they don't even support you and you don't know. And one thing I really admire us is we know how to take decisions. And the decision that we take to support somebody is not above the National Grand Gedeans Association. We are still going to be as fair as we can because that's what we do as former leaders. Yes, it's good to take a position within the United States of America. When you see a candidate get in a race, even somebody running to be a governor, if the sitting president in the White House, if they come to Upper Darby to put that person, they're going to do it. And I think a lot of the leaders need to learn that. Rather than somebody depending on you that you're supporting them and then you're there flip-flopping. You don't know you. Yeah, I know you. I sustain you. I ain't going you. What kind of business is that? Who are you? You don't able to stand and say, yes, this is the person I want, and I'm going to support the person and convince people that this person can lead. I think we need to learn that piece. We need to know it very well. It has nothing to do with what we are doing here. Strictly, got nothing to do with it. Every one of us on this council has somebody to support. But even when we get into our caucus, our meetings, it don't even come up. It don't come up. But at least we made a decision. Okay, and again, the Eminent Council is not auditors to be going around auditing former president or what they did or what they didn't do. Maybe in the future, but at this time, this is where we are, and that's the qualification of being a member of the Eminent Council.
I can't hear anything from her.
All right, can you hear now? All right, thank you, Maracana. So let's hear from Bo Yunle. Bo Yunle, can you respond to that question by Mr. Cooper?
Oh, you said you didn't hear anything from me?
Oh, no. Oh, it's okay. I heard you. It was just going to the end and stop here.
No, he heard you, but it was going to the end where you start breaking up.
Well, what did you miss?
What did you
What
miss?
did you hear?
I think
I'll just let Boo finish it.
answer the second part of the question that has to do with those whose administration and those who broke away and funded other branches, that they don't have the integrity to proffer anything about peace because they're supposed to first clean their houses. Even though you said the only requirement is to be old leader, I just wondering if I serve as president and at the end I was in prison because of embezzlement, should I still have the integrity to sit where you are sitting to discuss peace?
Yeah, because you see, everything that you start with rules, okay? And there are always basic requirements.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear Madam Kana?
Okay, I can hear you guys now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I say anything you do in this world, you have some type of rule that is in place. And before we brought ourselves together, as much as we are not constitutional, we have our operational rules that we go by. And one of the basic requirements is you just have to serve as former president. That's it. Anything else is maybe in the future or it has not come up yet. And on the line of supporting somebody, I think we did very well. We are decision makers. And when we say we support this person and we get to our meeting, that issue of who you support don't come up and it don't make any difference in the decision that we make. Every one of us in the council have somebody that we supporting. And I think it is about time that if a leader is supporting somebody, it's no need for you to flip and for you to flop. Okay, in the great United States where we are, you will see a president come from DC or wherever he is and come to Upper Darby to support a governor. Boldly, I mean, from house to house. There's nothing wrong with it. And I think we need to really adapt that system. So that's, that's it in a nutshell.
Back-to-back conversation or stuff, but what you are saying, if we consider the eminent council to be the last resort, to be people who everybody wants to listen to, then they should not officially endorse any candidate. That's straight clear.
But no, it's not okay. It's not clear. This is, nobody can really dictate to the eminent council. I need to get that really clear. Okay, you can't tell us you can't really dictate to us what we're supposed to do. From the beginning we were not anticipating prices, so we make choices. But because prices come up, then we'll draw by and say, okay, we're not supporting the person again instead of dealing with the issue that's going to split the Grand Gedeans Association.
Are you guys there?
No, we made our choices before the whole thing even started.
So, Mr. Cooper, let's hear from Mr. Yonle, because we have 15 more minutes to end the program. So thank you, Marakana. Mr. Bo Yonle, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Cooper, even though we haven't met before, but that's a good question you asked. When there's time for deliberation, there's time for people coming together to be able to iron out their differences. In the whole thing that I look at is that there is no perfection in terms of bringing people together. It depends on what that person utter out. It depends on the person's view. It depends on what the person is bringing on the table. Okay. We have had problem. Nobody is perfect. Even Mr. Cooper yourself, you are not perfect. You have done something in the past, not because you did some bad things in the past. They can call Mr. Cooper to broker peace. So everyone here, we are human beings. Nobody is infallible except God or Jesus Christ.
So people can do wrong, but at the end of the day, those same people can change. They can be good people. Okay, it happens everywhere. In the Bible, where you have the prodigal son. Okay, father gave the two sons, their whatever their goodies, and the other son went and lavished all his. But then at the end of the day, he came back, and the father accepted him.
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Cooper.
That's true.
Okay, so nobody is perfect, Mr. Cooper. Okay.
All those who broke away and are on the Eminent Council, after what the prophecy is resolved, are you ready to come back and dissolve all your GGAA, DDDA, and come back to the GGAA?
Yeah, but you heard Mr. Graham was talking just now. He said that this particular convention will determine, that all Grand Gedeans will come together. So it depends when we get over there, what kind of decision we'll come up with, because we want to bring all Grand Gedeans together. We don't want to push people away. Okay, even the bad person, nobody is Jesus Christ. Even Bunyan himself, I'm not perfect. Okay, I have my own shortcomings. So all the people that did bad before, even Jesus Christ went to what? A prostitute. Ain't read the Bible? And Mr. Cooper?
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
We are all not perfect. You yourself over there, you have a lot of dirty clothes in your closet, isn't it?
Mr. Cooper, don't go to church.
Okay. Okay. So Mr. Cooper, nobody is perfect. So we bring in our brother them back. We welcome them back. Okay. If they are willing to come back, we bring them back. All we want is unity. With unity, we are yet to succeed. We got so many things we have to do, Mr. Cooper. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I promise the Grand Gedeans listening to them now, because this breaking away, someone leave there at the end, maybe because their personal interest is not served, then they go to organize a different group. But in the GGAA, Grand Gedeans listening now, with these guys that led and broke away, they promised the Grand Gedeans that at this convention, they will put everything together and dissolve those small cliques that they organized.
Yeah, Mr. Cooper, we are trying to beg our brothers then to come back. Okay, will your son left the house? When your son want to come back, will you throw him out?
But the thing about it, you even got a bigger issue you can't even solve. Then you worry about people coming back. You got a board there who don't even know what they're doing. You are a board member. You have issues. You don't know that you have to call a conference.
We are all not perfect. We all have skeleton in our closet. You see?
Mr. Let me come in here. Let me respond to Mr. Cooper here. So this is my thought here, Mr. Cooper. I think the problem that is going on first, let us solve it. Then before we reach out to GGD to come back, because how would they reach out to GAD to come back and they don't solve the problem that's going on right now? There's major problem going on. You don't know what's going to happen this weekend, so let that problem be solved. Then they can say, you know what, let's bring all those or the other organization back. To make
but let me ask Mr. Cooper a question. Mr. Cooper, if things stay the way they are and it go the way it go, you think there'll be more breakaways?
Yes, I think there will be more. Gentlemen, Mr. Cooper, thank you very much. We're going to take the last caller here because we have to end the segment in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, for your patience, I know the cheerleader. She's tired. She's ready to get some rest because she's got to be Iowa too. So let's take the last caller here and go ahead. Can you state your name and where you're from?
Thank you again, Mr. Victor. My name is Edington Babe Tudi from the state of Minnesota. Sorry that I came on the show late. First of all, I just again want to reiterate by saying thank you again to the Eminent Council. No, there was a time in point that these guys, quote unquote, that the police had to add, but because of the greater good of the community, they were able to put on the big ball pens and the big girls or blouse came together for the greater good of the community. This alone of big applause because they are looking out for the community. They are not looking for self-aggrandizement or any kind of
things that will benefit them on the side. So for that, we need to applaud them. And for people to come on here and see them as some corny or divisive entity, I think it is an affront and a disrespect to our past leaders. So we need to give this kind of respect. They came in the right time, because the thing is, our community, our organization is at a crossroad. People know these things. People know these things, that there will be bound to be trouble if this eminent council, if they don't step in. If we don't go to Iowa to do the right thing, there will be another breakaway. And to answer my brother question, who was just on the line, he's calling for the GGAD to come on board, which is a very good thing. But you cannot be calling your son to come home at the same time. You got a machete waiting for him at the door to chop it all to pieces. So whatever happens at this particular conference will give the membership of the GGAD hope to come back. You can't ask your brother to come home, but then to honor your arm, you try to open your arm, but behind you, you got a big hammer with a smash his head. You have to open your arm, for you to up enough for you to still be questioning if Fred Guiana, we all know that was unconstitutional impeached, that is glaring, is out there. The man is still coming back. That alone you employee that even trying to make it look awful or something like that. I appreciate the Eminent Council for accepting and working together. We should give this guy a very, very, very good. We should commend them for this particular move. So again, to end, I'm calling on our people. Former President Timon, I heard you're not feeling well. I wish you a quick recovery. I hope you will make it. I'm hoping to see you down there tomorrow. His matter, Mr. Buyan, Honorable Boot Unit. I'm hoping to see all of you guys tomorrow. Please come. Our older folks, they're not arrived. The funny father, my uncle, see what on the oil for them they are gone now. You are the people that we are looking up to. You have come and work with Unity. Let's see how best we can set this organization on the best trajectory. We can't sit back. You guys cannot sit back for this organization to self-improve. If anything happens to this organization, you guys will all be held liable, because you can't, as our people always say, you can't have elders in the time and allow what is time to get missing. You have to come. Do not listen to naysayer. You have a big part to play in this organization. Do not listen to these people. Do not listen to Rapper Browser. Do not listen to people who want to see things one way. You know better off. This time around, we are a major crossroads. If we miss the particular opportunity to set this organization in the right trajectory, my brother, I can tell you it will take another 10 years for us to get back to this point. We have this opportunity. I'm begging you to do everything in your power so you guys can be to Iowa tomorrow. Again, I want to thank you, Mr. Vinton, for giving this opportunity to speak to my elders, brothers, and our former president. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So we're going to conclude here and climax this segment, but we thank you guys for calling in here. Ladies and gentlemen, here 3 hours here to have these guys leave their business schedule here. We really appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys have already gave your concluding statement, but for the benefits of our viewers here and for the respect of you guys here, I will give you guys 1 minute each. Please make it 1 minute or less. Let's tell the audience thank you. Let's tell Grand Gedeans thank you. A lot of callers all waiting to call, but we just have to end the show here. It's 10:53 my end. I have another assignment to cater to. So I'm going to give you guys 1 minute here for closing statement, and we can end the segment. So we'll start with Miss Madam Kana.
Yes, Benson, thank you so much for having us to the show tonight and staying 3 hours of your time. My thing here is I want to encourage all the Grand Gedeans to go to the conference. If you want your voice to be heard, you got to be there. You got to be in the game. You got to be in the action. You can't stay home and watch it on Facebook and have any voice. So I encourage you, if you have this association at heart, please show up at the conference this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Carter. We go with Mr. Fred Goin.
Yeah, thank you, Vinton. And I want to say thanks to the audience for even coming to listen to us. I want to say thank you to the national president. The fact that he stayed on here and listening, and he made his announcement, and then even call in, and that is valuable. Mr. President, you still listening. The organization needs you right now. You know, the president needs you. We all need you for us to strengthen our union. To all the callers, I want to say thank you. And I think we have to, when we started this thing, it was a dark corridor, but tonight I think I see light at the end of the tunnel. And I keep it up. Our organization is the only thing we have, and we need to work hard to make it survive. But thanks for the time, Vinto. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Mr. Bo Young, Yongle, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to be very grateful to the people out there who took their time to listen to us tonight. And I also thank Mr. Venter for bringing us on the current situation media, as you call it. I think you're doing a wonderful job. I think your media is working very well. Bravo. To my people out there, the Grand Gedeans, I urge you to come to the convention. It's going to be very peaceful. We are going to be there. We want to make sure that everything is peaceful. And we also urge those who want to wear military uniform or want to do something out of the place, we beg you, please come over there peaceful. Okay, come with your white or whatever clothes you want to wear, but please come in a peaceful manner. We all going to shake hands and be able to discuss issues that pertain to Grand Gedeans Association. Also, our people, because we have so many problems to solve. With unity, we succeed. Divided, we fall. So I urge you all to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman Collins.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I'm getting to the point where it seems like the medication is out of my system. I'm feeling so much pain, so I don't have much to say. I just know want to do that. But thanks for having us. Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am, words are inadequate for me to say thank you very much for staying with us here 3 hours here. And to all our viewers, our listeners, thank you for abiding by all the rules. You guys, stated your point and still remain very professional and civil. If we can have these conversations every time, it will help not only the union, our librarian community, and so forth. Like I said, you can disagree with a person to 100% and still keep it very professional and civil. And that's what you guys did tonight. You exhibited a display of very good behavior, and the questions were relevant. They say questions that are not asked, those are irrelevant questions. But all questions are relevant as long they are asked professionally. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see you guys. I have not met most of you guys in person. I have met Mr. Collins in person, but it's been over 15 years ago. I have met I have not met Mr. Fergo in person. Bo Young, I have not met in person. Manakana, I have not met her in person. I've met Augustine May in person. So I can't wait to see all you guys. Current situation, we are ready. We're going to broadcast this, and we're so excited. I'm going to meet you guys. We're going to have a conversation live on current situation. Thank you, guys, ladies and gentlemen, and God bless you and your family, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The show and
all right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much here. Now we are climaxing our show, and thank you once again here. Let not your hearts be troubled. Always be very optimistic in people you interact with on a daily basis. Continue to smile more often. Continue to display good sense of humor, and we will see you guys in Des Moines. We will be live. Current situation, we will cover the welcome night. We'll cover the conference. And we will be at the ball. Yep. So, yeah, but it was nice. 3 hours. Very constructive. And let's get the union back on its feet and moving. All right. God bless you. And our Frenchman say, bonne nuit à tout à l'heure.